Some more Carl, long overdue. It's been too long. Schedules mostly mine. Uh, Kept screwing things up, but here we are. We've made it, uh, and joined by technically Mexican Alan himself. What's up, buddy?
Good, good.
You've been holding off on six this whole time, haven't you?
I've waited 2 entire
I
months
don't know how,
to
but yeah,
start
sorry.
book six. It's
Allow me.
weird. It feels like I've been waiting for a year, but also it doesn't feel like I've read 5 books already.
Hmm.
I
think
feel like
that's
I've read one
Yep.
book.
Yep.
It flows and goes together so well. You're not wrong. It does.
You're not wrong at all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I read them so fast,
Yeah.
and there is a noticeable difference when you get to book five, the length.
Oh yeah,
Um,
book five's longer.
which is fine because it's still like you said, 12 out of 10.
Yeah,
We're jumping the gun a little bit there, but it's like it's longer in a good way. Like it's like
absolutely.
you just keep getting more stuff, and you're like, okay, we're gonna keep on going, and it's noticeably longer than I mean, it feels longer than the first three books put together.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not,
but no, it's not, but it feels like
but
it. There's so
a
much
lot of
going
stuff
on.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much going on and so much information, and it's so good, and you're just sort. I mean,
Well, it
it
also
starts
almost covers
immediately.
the same amount of floors too. So
Yeah, well, yeah, considering the epilogue, yeah. But
in
yeah,
one chapter.
dude, that epilogue is fucking. You think like we'll get there. The epilogue is fucking wacky because you
It's
think you're
so good.
finished the book, and then just the hugest climax ever at the end is just like on
Yeah.
top of the huge climax. It's amazing.
Ha,
Um,
has he been? He's done like one a year, right?
I'm not
Ooh, I'm
sure
not
about
sure.
that. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm not
sure.
sure.
He's pumped him out pretty fast.
I'm looking
Yes.
forward to. I already have my Audible credit saved up. I'm already ready to go. Just waiting for February. I've already bought it.
That
It's
when it
just the date
is
has
that
to go. February,
Yeah.
the
is that
audiobook comes
is
out.
that when it
Yeah,
Is the audiobook is the pre-order already on Audible now?
yeah,
I
pre-orders?
thought I had it bought. Maybe I didn't. I thought I bought it a while
Last
ago. I'm gonna
last
check
time
right
I
now.
checked, I hadn't seen it. So
I thought I've seen Dinnerman put something out on Twitter about being able to.
It's
Uh,
here. Yeah, it's
yeah.
here.
I
It's
mean I
on.
haven't checked in a month because I've been waiting. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
says one Audible credit. So
cool.
February 11th it
Look,
will be
Tex.
released.
Sorry, man. Let me. I'll just apologize on behalf of everyone.
Woe is me. I had to wait
Sorry.
2 months between book releases.
Hey, that's actually a
Unlike
big.
unlike the normal amount, 12 years, right? Right,
Oh,
Rothfuss, is that the normal
fuck that
amount
guy.
between books?
Fuck
15.
that guy. Yeah,
So
no.
I guess
Yeah,
I was
but look, a month.
I have my credit saved up, but I guess yeah, I thought I had bought it. Apparently I did. I have my actual physical copy behind me that I haven't been able to open up because I
Oh, I
just want
can't
to
do it.
hear that. I just want to hear the narration because the narration is so fucking good.
It's
Um
part of the experience, man. It's
yeah,
really
it
is
really
part of the
is. I
experience.
know Will who will probably be here later with Lady B. Thanks, X. Thank you,
Yeah,
buddy.
he
Appreciate it. Took
Mhm.
some time, but we got it there. um,
Yeah,
but
g'day,
I haven't
Zax.
even commented. I like your setup too. It's nice.
thank you. Yeah, I got room
I
for
think it sucks.
the next three
It's shit,
comics to
Steve.
come in there. It's shit. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Love you
yeah,
too.
it's no good.
Okay,
Yeah, we
It's
got
like
to
you're
go against
missing.
that wave. I get it. I get it.
No,
I know you're a trendsetter. It's okay. I don't blame you. Yeah,
nah,
those
it's
swords
awesome,
are
man.
shit.
I'm
I
down.
need to get the what I want. I still need to get Theoden's sword. Theoden's sword's the last sword I want to get. Well, I'd take them all, but Theoden's sword is. I love that sword, but haven't been able to pick
That'll
that.
make it. That'll be
Yeah,
amazing.
I have to
I love the
restructure.
map.
Yeah.
The map is sensational behind you, man.
oh wait,
The
do you
map
have
is.
do you have Anduril and Narsil?
No, I have Anduril and Gamdring.
Oh, okay,
It's Gandalf sorted
got it.
in Anduril. So I'd really love to get Theoden's sword. I've always liked that. His little horse hilt on it. It's fucking
That's a
Yeah,
good
badass.
it's
one.
pretty sick.
I love it.
It is sick.
Sorry, getting distracted. So we got a little distracted here, but so it's
It's
been
okay
a
because
while.
I looked up all the stuff that we were. The first Carl 1 came out in 2020, So he's
2020.
he's motoring. Holy
he's
crap.
he's done
fine.
more than a book a year. He's
Yeah.
at 7.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Well-
and that was September of 2020. So that was the
That's
end
it.
of that year. He's averaging like 1.5.
I think the structure really probably helps with that, like having the whole
For
like
sure,
you know
yeah.
going down the floors like it's such a great concept. It still blows me away how good the concept is. Just for driving everything that you want to do as an author, for your plot devices and everything, your stakes, your tension, like you've just got it all automatically there, just based on the premise of the idea that he's come up with. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Well, the best part about it is like you don't stop ever. Like even when you take a little breath, it's sort of not. Like you have a little conversation, but there's always that ticking time, and Carl's always working towards another objective or one of the party now. You know, especially the whole. I know all the Katya stuff with the Desperado Club. That's book 6, right? Oh, then I'm getting my books mixed up. That's what I'm gonna defer to Alan quite a bit here, just because
you know what, make
there's
sure
no-
that's
hasn't currently read it, so I'm sort of probably gonna let you drive a little bit, just because I don't want to. I don't want to deviate into book 6.
No Desperado Club stuff yet.
Yeah, okay.
Katya
leaves
the party at the beginning. I mean, she's still in the book a lot, just not as much as she was in the last 2. But yeah, she leaves the party because she wants to save the women.
That's right. So okay, got it. So there's still there's okay, perfect, got it. So but
she knocks off Eva in this one though, right at the end.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Even we have the big. Well, yeah, it's the Butcher's Masquerade, right? So you got the huge, fucking.
Oh yes, spoilers, everyone. Everyone, if you haven't read fucking book 5 of spoilers, mass spoilers.
Hey, they made it. What's up?
How are you? Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just started, so we haven't gotten to anything. I'm trying to remember the book and not spoil everything for book 6.
Are you?
Yeah. So if you want the overview, this one starts with, this
Jumps right into
this is the first time that there's hunters, right? This is the floor with the hunters. The entire floor is like a giant jungle. It opens with Carl going freaking nuts.
Well,
this is coming right after his his speech at the end of book 4, which is like, hey, if you're coming to be a hunter, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you won't see me coming, baby.
It's wrestling promo at the end of every book now.
Yeah.
No, so
he does that,
thing, right?
goes crazy.
This is the first time that the hunters can actually be perma killed, not fake killed, right?
They're really
they can get killed
really
this time.
So they're really killed, like so. It's not they're not just there on vacation killing crawlers for funsies. It's now if you're there, you're in the hunt. If you die, whether you're a crawler or not, you're dead.
You can die.
And I think that was the AI's fault going rogue and
partially, yeah. The AI is encouraging a lot of this. Yes.
Right. So yeah, that's the whole floor is that, and then it ends with the Masquerade, and then the Katya and Ava stuff after the Masquerade, and then the epilogue, of course.
So
and don't forget, we've got the Revenge of the Daughter plot. We've got the Revenge of the Daughter plot weaved through this one as well.
Yes, and
which is obviously the best part of the book.
Oh well,
Aldan's favorite character.
Aldan's totally not biased at all.
Well, you're not real happy with how it ended then, but it's one of those. She did her thing, right? So there's also the I did like the token collection aspect of the floor too, for the gathering of hunter killer marks or whatever it was. What was it? These gathering for killing people.
They're like
hands. Was it hands? Yeah. So getting the hands for the
you can trade them in for prizes.
Trade them in for prizes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Soda getting all butthurt because she doesn't have like a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, and there's the whole Kiwi storyline in there too, right? Yeah. So a whole bunch happens in here. And it starts with. So we'll just. There's no reason not to just jump into spoilers, right? So so it starts. You start right away with Carl just saying "fuck you," and going into the hunter town
I gotta say this was fantastic. This reminded me of book 1.
Yeah.
Where it just starts off. He narrowly escapes these goblins, right? And he's thrown in this, like, what the heck? I'm in the middle of a dungeon. And Mordecai starts explaining the rules, and you're like, okay, he's going to be smart about it. He's going to get an explanation of how this new world works, and then we're going to go off from there. And instead of a normal plot, Carl says, "Wait, no, pause. I'm not going to do the tutorial yet. I'm going to hop back outside and murder all of these goblins because you just let slip that they're going to go back and bring more people, and I'm going to be screwed if I don't do that." Like, it was so left field. It was so smart and intelligent that, and I'm a smart person. I didn't think of that. Right. And I of course I couldn't, there's no way I could have been ready to expect what these books deliver on, but like, I was just assuming this was going to be a regular type story. And instead, Carl just says, screw it. No, I'm doing this right now because it needs to be done. I don't care about this tutorial crap. And that was my favorite part of book 1, was when he just, because it was like the smartest thing ever. It was so smart, so intelligent. He goes full murder hobo.
Well, he goes on the attack. He goes, I'm the fucking hunter. Let's go. And these kids are probably not ready for it.
And this book did it again, and I still wasn't ready for it. I'm like, this is going to be a fun cat and mouse thing. No, he just ignores Mordecai, puts him on mute, teleports directly into the enemy base, and just starts blowing everybody up.
My mission, right? He's dodging. Sorry, go ahead.
We need to, but before he does any of this stuff, he goes into fucking the vice principal's office first, right? Where he gets
right. He gets grounded.
Where he gets his lawyer, and he gets ripped off from the gate of the gate. He can't keep the gate of the feral gods because of what he did. Because it
would ruin the next floor.
Right.
Potentially destroy
which in hindsight it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Exactly. And this is what I really like, because like we meet Quasar, who's possibly my favorite bloody sub character.
Awesome.
His lawyer is fantastic. But awesome. I also like the other guy. What's the bad lawyer's name?
Oren? Is it Oren?
Oren.
He is,
Oren. Yeah.
He is a fantastic character too.
Yes.
Yeah, he is, man.
The voice also lends gravitas to Oren, I have to say, for me.
It is in the next book, watching Oren try and deal with the various personalities.
Yeah, it's elite.
Peak. I cannot wait for you guys to get there. Or I'm sorry, not 6, 7.
7. Yeah.
We're not talking about 7 either.
Some of us haven't read it.
I am banning the phrase in the future or in the next book. I'm banning that phrase for the rest of this stream.
20 days till the audiobook's out.
20 days, I know.
I'm hyped.
Because you Aldan, you haven't read 7, right?
Nah, and it's taken all of my stuff. I've got no self-control. I've had to invent self-control as a concept.
I haven't looked. I've seen. I watched my husband like reading it online, and then I like read some of it, and I'm like, you know what? It's really not the same. So I'm gonna wait for the audiobook. I did listen to Jeff Hayes do the intro, and I watched. There's like one video where he just does the intro, and then there's a video where he does the whole book. But the thing with the whole book thing is that he jumps around, and then he has stuff that's pre-recorded, and then he just records the different voices. So it's kind of disjointed. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch.
How cool is it watching him go through the process, but for putting it together, man? It's so cool.
Yeah,
very interesting.
Yeah. Before we get too into the plot of the book, too, I do want to bring up that I got to meet Matt Dinneman at Dragonsteel in December, and I asked him he gave away a lot of information, because I was
Ooh, dish.
What sort of
But
information?
which is useless to me because I'm still 2 books behind, right? But he gave me a lot of hints that I sent you guys in the Discord chat, but we can talk about here. I'll have to go pull it up and so I can remember everything. But because I had a booth and on the first day, and he didn't. He had a booth the 2 day. It was a 3-day con. I had a booth for day 1, and he had booths. He had a booth right next to me on days 2 and 3. So we would have been neighbors, but he was still hanging out. So we talked for like a good 2 hours. On and off,
awesome.
he was busy doing stuff, but so yeah, I got a lot of stuff from him. And after this is all done, and I don't know when we want to try, but we need to compose an email to him to see if we can score an interview, because he said he'd be willing. I was like, I've got a lot of YouTubers that would all love to talk to you. So. So that's something we'll need to like combine our forces on to get. Like I've got 3K subs here. Prophet's got 3K over here.
I'm just lagging.
We know all these other YouTubers that we can sell a bunch of your books if you just come and.
No, we might have to get Zach's pulled into this. With his,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and like, no, seriously, like we'll put out all the feelers and ask them to push the stream, and so just to convince him to come on.
Well, considering Amazon is giving Wheel of Time cast interviews to YouTubers with 450 subscribers.
Bro.
Is that happening again?
Yeah, that's
it's a problem.
Again. It's like even lower grade.
It's happening again.
Well, it's not a
They're
problem.
doing that again. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole quite tonight. So,
they did get Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. I thought you said you were done with book 5. Sorry, Trip. We were talking about last night. Well, don't let us ruin it for you, because the end is a fucking banger.
Yeah, you get out of
like I feel like we're not going to skip, but I feel like book 5. I feel like book 5 has a double end. Like it ends twice, and they're both fucking so good.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I've never read anything like it.
I will say there have been like in the past, like spoilers really haven't mattered that much to me. Like Alex has spoiled a bunch of things for me, but it didn't ruin my enjoyment of the series.
No,
just because of how satisfying they are.
Yeah,
there is stuff in this book that you do not want spoiled. Like it hit the ending of this book.
The Masquerade you don't want spoiled.
No, you don't.
Like there are twists and turns. It is devastating. Like you want leave, go away.
Yep. Go. We love you too much. We love you too much to hurt you, Trip. So see you later.
All right. Well, Trip.
Mongo did lose his V card. Oh, nice.
He did.
Are you at the Masquerade yet, Trip, or where are you at?
Just got past Mongo losing his V card.
That's like right at the beginning?
It's early. Yeah, it's early.
Nah, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not middle. First, third, maybe. Like when he gets to that town.
Bye, Trip.
Get to that
Bye, Trip.
So it starts. So like we said, it starts with I always forget what the town's called, but Carl doing his spy mission, dodging all the traps after his exit plan. There's also, if I remember right, there's also the moment of panic because he gets pulled. Doesn't he get pulled into the principal's office without Donut, and Donut is by herself?
So he gets pulled into the principal's office. They negotiate.
Well,
he gets a bunch of stuff.
He does know that she's with Katya though, because she said they left together and said, "I'm gonna go do my own thing this floor."
Yeah, and he tells her, and she's like, "Oh, no, I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Oh, just listen to Mordecai."
Well, this is the one where Lucia Mar goes after her, right? This book, right? This is the one where she kills the dog, right?
Several times, yeah.
She kills the good doggo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Defensive use of cast hole.
She kills the wrong dog. Oh, man, Lucia Mar. That's one of those things I can't wait to get more about her. But
I wanna know more.
You get a lot of answers in this book, but still not enough.
So
I know you guys know more.
Yeah. So Carl gets pulled into the principal's office. He's told, they make the exchange. he gets told, "We'll be watching you. You better not be doing anything cheeky here." And then
But
he goes, he talks to Mordecai. Guy says, "Don't do anything stupid here." And then Carl just immediately shouts Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, throws.
But he does get something in exchange though, because he loses the Gate of the Feral Gods, but he's able to negotiate. He gets
security guards, baby.
2 security guards.
Was
that it? There was another thing. He also gets another kind of teleportation
spell.
item, right?
No, he gets Bomo, who gets spells that can teleport shit.
Yeah, to teleport the people down.
Quasar is a great negotiator, man. What an
And how good is it that like Carl's number one concern here is like, I need the gate. I have to, otherwise I can't keep my promise to Juice Box, right? So he's not
even concerned about the gate so that he can exploit it. He's concerned about the gate so that he can keep his freaking promise to the NPCs.
Juice Box.
Also, I also love how by the end, the bodyguards are now part of the team.
Yeah,
fully integrated. They are now part of the team.
Donuts charmed the shit.
Well, they're part of the team. Carl actually did, you feel for these that's amazing. It's like these inanimate rock automatons, and Carl actually is like, I can't let these guys die. They're part of my team.
Well,
right? It's like,
but that's the thing, though. They're not they are real people.
Yeah.
Man, these books are so good.
Yeah, you know what I liked about going back to the opening scene where Carl attacks all of the bounty hunter people, the hunters, and I liked it because it's like he thought he was so smart, and he's like, I'm just gonna sabotage all these people before this even starts, but it's like he's not actually that successful.
It goes wrong.
What do you mean? He's super successful. He comes away from that with fucking.
So
he does a lot of damage
or whatever.
He does damage, but it's not like what exactly.
He
almost died. He's very successful, but it was a lot more complicated than he wanted it to be. He thought he was just going to stroll in
but that's
walk to town and walk out. But he just pops on the ring and he just starts fucking going up levels. It's like ding 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 ding. It's like
which is sick. But his objective was to flush out the mayor so he could kill the mayor and take over the leadership of the town. That's my recollection, right? Which he almost got done.
She gets gonorrhea immediately, doesn't she? She's dealing with the gonorrhea. Is it?
Double
gonorrhea. No, double gonorrhea isn't immediate. Double gonorrhea,
Is it later?
He immediately unlocks the most deadly combo with his marking. Marking for death with his ring, combined with his
super spreader.
His super spreader, where he can share his status effects, and so he can spread AIDS that you can't heal from. And it's disgusting.
It's very cool. It's unreal. It's so
kind
good.
of like real AIDS.
But oh god, I'm not going to talk about book 6 because it keeps going. Book 6. There's another brilliant use of go ahead. Sorry.
This is the best. This is the best start to a book that I can recall reading for a long time. Back to what Lady B was saying. If we go back to this scene, where we come from, it's the best start to the start sequence. Is just the best. Right up to the point where we get, right up to where we get to we get out of the town or whatever.
It's so intense.
And then we start the plot with Perpetente and what's her face.
Perpetente
oh my god.
Miriam,
who saves him? Miriam, and that's where that plot starts. Whatever, but right to that stage, it's balls to the wall. It's so great. It's just the best start to a book ever, man. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Every time I've read it.
It goes hard.
It is very much the establishment though of I'm not trapped in here with you. The hunters are trapped in here with me.
Yeah.
Yes. I know, it's so good.
And they have gonorrhea.
Yep. And then 30 of them die right off the bat, and then the AI just has to constantly ridicule the hunters.
Pokes them out.
The hunters would stop being little bitches and leave the safe house.
Yeah, he has to. It's amazing because after he does that, it's just you're exactly. He has this, you bitches better get out there and start hunting, or you're gonna regret that shit. And that's exactly what ends up happening.
Why were we not listening to Carl book 5 to prepare for the stream instead of going on like the beginning of the Andor Succession plot?
Yeah, we were ripping through POD on the way to Indy.
Oh, were you? Yeah, I should have. I was listening to Full Moon today. I should have listened to. I'm gonna do. I actually should do the whole. I got 20 days to read through all the Carl again to get to book 7. So maybe
Easy.
Easy.
Well,
oh yeah.
Give me your Audible account, babe.
Yeah. No, I have all of it. Yeah, no, it's that's not hard at all. But
So in the meantime, while I've been waiting between books,
yeah, sorry.
While I've been waiting to do this
again.
stream, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've read 11 full books.
Wow.
I've read 11 full books. One of them is Wind and Truth,
Oh my God.
and also half of a Crown of Swords. Or Path of Daggers. Path of Daggers.
That's not bad.
You and Aldan are must be on the opposite ends of the self-control spectrum.
Why?
I'd have cracked open Bedlam Bride immediately after the ending of this one.
Oh yeah, I would have.
I really wanted to.
I don't know how you waited, man.
Sort of weird.
Why do you think I wanted to stream on Christmas instead of be with my family?
I understand.
It's sort of weird. Like I've gotten to the point where just I don't know, sitting down and cracking up a book. I can't do it anymore. Well, I could if I needed to, but just access to Audible is just too good for me. But
that's why I've been able to read so much because I can listen and get stuff done.
Yeah, I do both too, man.
So we get so the city, the whole city thing goes down. Carl, I would say, is overall successful. A little bit closer. Well, way successful. Almost dies. Almost loses Donut. We send Lucia Marin to a psychosis spiral because we killed the wrong dog. We'll get to that later.
When does that happen though? Because
that's when Carl. Because remember, Carl's not there for that. So,
yeah, he's in timeout.
Carl.
That's part of
when he goes to the convention.
It's another. It's
that's
another,
later.
It's the convention. It's not okay.
Later.
That's later in the book. They're stuck. They've been running this whole time, and they finally get to a safe house, and he gets teleported out right as she shows up.
I got mixed up between the teleport to the convention
and
the convention and the So,
well, it happens quite a bit where he gets screwed over by these.
These stupid friggin' crawler pageants.
Oh, he walks away with a weapon from the crawler pageant.
He sure does.
That pageant was great, but what happens first? After
he gets paralyzed by the bolt.
He does. He gets it's the bleed. It's the sucker. It's the one with the bleed out effect or whatever. So you can't stop bleeding.
So Miriam, Dom, and Prepotente rescue him.
Yeah, right.
And they're taking him to the town, and we get the absolutely hysterical Carl and Pony fight.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck. Dude.
Mother, he called me by my special name.
Dude, Bianca is so great. I love fucking Bianca, man.
I love Bianca. She's so metal. Oh my God.
It's crazy. Just every time you get back to Bianca in a new book, it's just like Bianca. Just the power levels have just like it's like an eldritch god demon. It's like fucking hell, Bianca.
Which one's Bianca?
The giant, black metal,
the non-Prepotente goat.
The other goat, right?
He ate one of the enhanced pet biscuits and got wings and has an aura, a halo of fire and stuff, and she's huge.
Well, that happens at the end of the.
It's like a goat Balrog, right?
It's like a goat Balrog, yeah. By the end of this book, she is.
But Prepotente's the only one that's sentient, right?
Yeah.
Prepotente.
Well,
we don't know.
Well, there's an argument.
There's an argument to say Bianca is, but Bianca's just a demon, so she doesn't have much to say.
She doesn't talk. No.
Pretty much.
She talks to Pony. We know that. But,
we know that. Yeah.
But the sequence of eat my ass, Pony. Them hugging, and then maybe probably my second favorite line of the series being he screamed right in my goddamn face.
Eat my ass, Pony. I totally forgot about that. So good. The dialogue is so on point. It's so
It is
good.
perfect.
It's wonderful.
It's so good, man.
What is
Like,
it with this book that makes me laugh so hard, and then like
It's funny.
3 chapters later, I'm crying? Like,
no, that is the amazing thing about, because I will be like, I've listened to this at work in the car. My son Easton started listening to Carl, by the way. That's probably a bad father.
okay, good. I feel
Oh,
like
that's
that's
great.
good for him.
But
Trying to get Max to listen to it.
that probably makes me the worst father, but he's listening.
I'm
to
trying to
Carl.
get Max to do it. I'm trying to
Yeah,
force
so
him.
Easton came out to me the other day. He's like, "Hey, can I get like access to your Audible?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What for?" It's like,
How old is he?
that
How
Carl
old is
book? He's a third. He's
enough.
about to turn 13.
Yeah, it's old enough.
He's old enough.
So he's
It's
like,
old enough.
so it's like I heard, because
He's a menace.
it's like,
He's
we'll be
probably
listening-
heard way worse at school.
Oh, from me, of
So-
course, right? There's nothing worse than Carl than he's heard from me. But like, so like I'll be at work and like I'm sitting there like testing samples, and then something happens and I just start fucking laughing, and my coworkers look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Sorry, I'm listening to a book. Sorry," right? And then Lady P is so right. Like, especially the end of this book, like
Oh my God.
I cried.
I cried
I'm not
too.
embarrassed.
Oh my God.
I fucking cried.
When
It's
they
not-
cried,
cried.
like,
It's not just the ending
God.
too. It's
not
the
just
middle.
Miriam Dom stuff. I cried.
The Miriam Dom Prepotente stuff is absolutely brutal. The
Brutal.
Katya stuff is even freaking worse.
Mhm.
And there's a wonderful
They
there's
took
another
my woman.
there's another
They
there's
took
another wonderful
my-
moment between Carl and Princess Donut.
Yep.
And I forgot what it was that made me cry.
None of that shit matters, man. They took my special elf lady from
Nah,
me.
she's nuts. I didn't cry
She's
for her.
coming back.
She is. She's come back in Beck 7.
I'm not
Floor
sure it's
12.
gonna be the same.
I'm pretty confident she's coming back for 12.
I hope
Look,
so.
I hope.
Well, she's
Before I
just
don't-
Nether, right? So there, if they get deeper, like we don't even
Carl
know.
put the wrong body in his inventory though. At the end of the day,
You did.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Samantha in Signet's body?
oh my god.
That's
But if she would lose her class then, man. Part of the attraction is the class. She's so classy.
Yep.
Samantha's
So-
such a fucking
So
beast.
so,
Samantha's awesome,
so
man.
they save Carl, and then I know what you're talking about with Donut. I think it's right before the masquerade. Like they have a heart to heart. I
Yeah.
forget
Yeah,
what
that
you're
is a
talking
Yeah.
great scene.
They have a very well. It was either that or right after he
It-
finds
it-
out he almost lost her to Lucia Mar because he's
It was a good moment. It wasn't quite as good as the moment from book 4 where she tells him, "You're not a killer, Carl." Which, like,
Is this the it's the Beatrice? It's the Beatrice.
so
it's the
good.
Beatrice stuff.
Is
It's the
Beatrice in
stuff,
this
right?
one?
This is
Oh,
Beatrice.
this is the Beatrice book.
That's it. That's the it's
Yeah,
Beatrice.
I
this is the
forgot,
Beatrice
yeah.
book.
It's
That's what it is.
100% Beatrice. It's the
Especially-
scene after when
She tells him that she
Fuck
knows.
Beatrice, yeah.
She knows Beatrice wasn't good and that he's family, and I cried. It's it's a cat saying it's a cat
I know, it's
doing
crazy.
Fast and the Furious, okay? And I freaking cried.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
crazy.
the whole scene was like, Beatrice being Beatrice and Donut,
Yeah.
being fucking a stud on the show and
Dude,
just
she was a
stonewalling
boss.
her ass.
Well,
like,
I-
Beatrice
Oh,
is
God,
like,
I
I'm
forgot
gonna get
about
rid
all
of
of
her. Oh,
Holy
This is the book that also reveals that Donut is a lot smarter than she pretends to be.
oh yeah.
And she's been doing a whole bunch of stuff behind the sines. She literally fostered
Set
a
up
rebellion somehow through
Oh,
a
you're not
comments
even-
board.
Yeah, well, you don't even you
Social
book-
media.
You don't even know
You
yet.
say book 6. You don't even
No.
know yet. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
I know I don't know because that's what this book does. It says, "Oh, in a 30-second chunk where they're not being monitored, she blurts out to to the fish lady, "Oh yeah, I snuck in a bunch of people and I did all this crap," and even even the fish lady didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about it. I'm like,
and she's like, "Wait, you did what?"
I'm so excited for Faction Wars. Like, let's go.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's got that like the X monitor too that she's using to communicate with people, like the
look at this
tablet thing, right?
Joshua Templeton in the comments is trying to act like a man, trying to pretend like he's never cried reading a Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
I know, right? Impossible. The only books I've ever shed a tear for is the ending of Robin Hobb's Farseer books, especially the ending of the final book and Jimmy the Hand in Feist's death.
Joshua is a man after my own heart.
Haven't read it yet.
Fitz going on that way after everything that happened with Molly, and then having to find B, mate. When that happened, I cried too, brother. I couldn't stand it. I still get emotional thinking about it right now. I feel you, Josh. I feel you.
I've gone back far enough into Discord to see all the comments that I made at Dragonsteel. If we wanted to cover those,
absolutely,
let's do it
for sure.
Well, let me.
But yes, Donut, just full of surprises always, right? Every time you turn around, like the Beatrice stuff was some of the best stuff, and I mean it's not the action stuff, but some of the best stuff in the book. I mean, just that connection they have is just like Donut always impresses. It's crazy. Like you think she's just some silly cat, and then you get that deep shit from her. It's just like
and you get that it's not like, it's her personality, but she also overdoes it as an act to hide how smart, to hide what she's actually doing,
smart.
But also to hide her feelings.
Yep. No, she's smart. She knows. She's playing the game brilliantly. She knows. She absolutely knows. Yep.
And it also works great with Carl, because Carl is such a loud person and entity and character that like they are the perfect foil for each other.
Yes. Yeah.
The foils.
What luck that Carl decided to be an explosion master. It's the best. Like
explosions. Anarchist.
So I sent you guys a picture of Maddie and me flipping you guys off because we're best friends.
I was so mad.
He has an Airwolf shirt on, which is cool.
And show us the picture.
I think Steve's pulling it up.
I can pull it up.
You can pull it up.
I'm trying to get to it.
It was Alex, you told me to tell him that you're in love with him, but no homo. I told him that, and
I feel bad.
And he said, "Not even a little bit of homo," and
not even a little bit.
Sock check, babe. Are you wearing socks?
Socks are on.
Because we all know it's not gay if you're wearing socks. So.
And I passed on Aldan's message, which was, tell him my life's been dull and gray since he killed Signet. I may forgive him if Samantha's insertion into Lunet's body is as amazing as my future headcanon tells me it will be. And his response was, "Oh man, he's really gonna hate book 7."
Motherfucker.
That's so cool. I'm so jealous.
Eldan, this is why I'm going to tell you that there's no way Signet is gone for good.
Right.
Look at that man and tell me that is not somebody that has a fetish for that kind of
tattooed naked elf, queen of the world.
Decisions girl.
I'm there.
Who doesn't? Sorry. I mean, 2-hour delay. Fuck. Sorry. School's 2 hours late tomorrow. Sorry.
Then we talked about the plan for the series, and I said, so you've said before that you're planning on writing 10 books, and he corrected me. He said, well, I'm contracted to write at least 10 books.
Yeah, righto.
So
I thought it was self-pub. It's not self-published.
He's just picking up steam, baby. Like
he signed on.
He started off self-published, and I think it was like 2 years ago. He got a pub. So basically, ever since the publication deal, now he's obligated to make it a 10-book series. And that's why you're getting the hardcovers now. The hardcovers are through the publisher.
Okay.
Those super nice, like minimalistic covers that are super sexy.
Both of you for my hardcovers, by the way, Will, Lady B, and Alan. Thank you very much.
I cleaned out 2 Barnes and Noble stores, one in Salt Lake and one in Provo, to get enough copies to sign for everyone.
Do we know what the F this is?
Okay, so that one he explained. Someone just left it there on his booth, and he thought it looked like a spell, so he leaned it up against. He leaned it up against Princess Donut, and everyone was asking him questions about it the whole time.
No, it's not even fucking his.
It's not his.
He's just a fucking troll.
It's just a troll. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, that looks like a spell," and Donut does spells, so he just leaned it up against her. I was like, can we figure out what this is? Is this like a hint for book 8 or something? No, it was just a piece of paper.
That's hilarious. So hey, what's up, Gafly? Howdy, folks. Going to be avoiding these streams for a bit, trying to start the series, but in all honesty, I just like audiobat format, so it's not appealing to me in that respect so far.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, what's his name?
Shatter Haran read the whole book before listening to the audio, and he said it was still very good.
Oh yeah,
Shaw's doing that too, man. Shaw's reading it.
Yeah, I know a few people who are reading it, and they're like, it's just good.
It's still really good.
The advice that I would give, and Lady B has given in the chat, is make the switch in your mind. You're not listening to an audiobook, you're listening to a radio play.
Yeah,
it's a performance.
It's exactly what it is.
It's so good.
It's a
like
performance.
The guy that reads it does voices. I was like, okay, there's got to be 2 people. Like it's a guy doing a male voice and a female. No, it's just one guy. It is,
which is insane.
It is amazing.
It's impressive.
Filipino, super impressed.
It's very impressive. It's like a theater play. It's like a theater play for your ears, man. It's unreal.
I asked Matt about the TV deal, and he said, I'm like, I get you probably can't talk about it, but I do like, I do think, what's his face, Family Guy
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane is a good thematic fit for the books. He's like, I can't give specific details, but he said a big announcement will be coming very soon.
Awesome.
This would be
and that was 2 months ago. So
awesome. I hope awesome, since things seem to be turning around. My big gauge to see if things have turned around is if Daredevil's actually good.
Dude, if Daredevil is good, that would be wild.
If Daredevil
looks good,
actually
that
good,
trailer looks good.
The trailer looked great. If
the trailer looked fantastic.
If it's actually good, it's gonna be like, man, maybe we've turned the corner here. So
let's
that's gonna be my game. I'll be watching Daredevil, just like hoping that it's what it looks like it's gonna be. I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be all the good stuff could have been in the trailer too, like they did with Echo.
That's very true. Yeah,
the trailer for that was really good too, but apparently it's not. So it should be good.
I could very, very well see a scenario where Disney basically said, well, our fans hate literally everything we produce, and they liked this thing produced by that team. So, like, screw it. Let's go get that team and see if they can make something people like.
Yeah.
It was that same week while I was texting you guys that they announced that Amazon brought Henry Cavill back on to the Warhammer show.
Yeah, after some very serious negotiations. So we'll see what.
And he's not going to say yes unless it's something, unless the conditions are good.
You do know that.
We hope he, not to go down a rabbit hole, we hope he learned from The Witcher that he needs to do that.
Well, that was
why he left. That was why he left Warhammer.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
I think that was the majority of the stuff that I got from.
So stuff to look
pretty
forward.
Cool, man.
10 books at least, so it's. I think he'll blow by 10. I don't see.
I gave him my mixtape too. So
your mixtape, that's cool.
It's a studio album, but.
Nice.
Hey, why not, man?
Excellent.
So awesome. So yeah, Jelly. It still is not lost on me that the highlight of your Dragonsteel con
Absolutely was talking to Matt Dimmonen.
Carl.
Yeah, it's a pity the book sucked. Anyway.
It's sad, but yeah, we'll move on.
Yep.
So
this book does not suck. This book is amazing.
No, it's amazing.
So he hooks back up with Mordecai and Donut, and they're going to the town. There is the no dinosaurs allowed sign.
Donut takes over the town, doesn't she?
Yeah, they start taking over a couple towns.
Yeah,
she's like mayor.
Well, I find that I found it very, because I was sort of like trying to figure out how the level like was going to take, what all it was going to entail, and real quickly between Pepitente and Carl's group, you find out, okay, it's basically about conquering territory, taking over towns.
It's a little risk.
Yeah, it's a risk game. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was very interesting and cool how they just naturally got the lay of the land of how the level was going to be stacked up by them just going and saying, okay, we're taking this town, and then you finding out that Peppertente's got 9 already or some shit, like he's just going to work, so I thought that was very cool. But so we go to and she becomes mayor of what did they call it? Was it
Port Mongo?
Point Mongo.
Point Mongo, that's it. The first Point Mongo, right? And is this where Kiwi shows up?
I believe so. I believe they're having a serious conversation in Mongo.
And then Mongo just legs it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just goes.
And she's like, Mongo! And then she goes racing off after him. And Carl's like, what the fuck?
She's attacking him, Carl!
That scene,
what are they doing?
That scene when they get to the out, when they find Mongo outside the town, outside the city limits,
just giving it, and then like
it's surrounded by velociraptors or whatever.
Dude, Mongo was about to impregnate everything in sight, and Kiwi's having none of that. Kiwi's having
You're mine.
It's amazing how a dinosaur storyline is so fucking interesting.
I think you're like, what is the what's the big one's name? I can't remember.
Tina.
And then you're like, what's the Tina story? Why does she have a boa? This is kind of weird.
Oh, yeah. The whole big Tina story, like it's just dinosaurs, right? Like
she just wants a performance.
She just
like,
wants
that
to
is
dance.
so sad. Like the story of that, it's like really moving. And then
well, and then the twist,
right? The twist is
the twist at the end was just like
she wants her mom.
He just doesn't want to dance. She wants her mother.
Wants her mom. Yep.
Fuck me, dude.
Well, there's another gut punch in here.
Yeah, it was
where Carl is kind of yelling at Donut like, Donut, we do not risk our lives for our pets.
Yes. And then
she's like very hurt by that. But
she's like, what am I? Am I your pet or am I your family? Because you said that's so good.
Which is
because that whole thing about like, the printed like cute.
Which is also goes over to the next book. There's several moments for Mongo where we were risking life and limb to save him because he's not just a dinosaur anymore.
Yeah. Oh my god,
dude,
what happened?
Book 7.
No, we don't. No, sorry, I forgot. Hang on. I banned this talk.
I'm not talking about 7. I was talking about 6, but I didn't go that far.
That's banned 2.
Okay. Banned 2. It's all banned. Sorry. Sorry. Dan's bringing out the ban hammer. Sorry. So let's see. So
Mongo gets laid.
So we're introduced,
and it's a funny shit.
Can I also say Scolopendra is just such a great name for like a bad guy.
Scolopendra's 9-tier attack.
Sounds
like an absolutely devastating Final Fantasy limit break finisher.
Yeah,
not to get. Do you think we're gonna do? Are we gonna get to the bottom floor in Carl? No. Are we gonna get to Scolopendra?
No, we won't.
Those are two very different questions, Steve.
Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, I guess they're completely different questions.
Look. Here's the thing, right? it's a Chekhov's gun situation, right? Where it would be a shame to not get to the bottom of the dungeon.
They've
but
made it
you
all
also
impossible, right?
But you also have to take into consideration what's going to make a more satisfying book: just going through the dungeon or freaking destroying the galaxy.
Well, that's why it was one of those. The end of this one was where I was like, we're going into galactic sci-fi warfare, not just the RPG. Fantasy book. We're like this is right on the cusp of becoming a galactic sci-fi, book. Not just so we'll see where we're going, right? So I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting when we were listening to the book again, and I was like thinking about what I know up to book 6, and we're at the beginning, and they're talking about Skullpendra, and I'm like, is Skullpendra sort of like a metaphor for like when the AI went rogue?
Could be.
I think there's maybe some meta commentary going on. I'd like to see where it goes.
I don't know. It's a good question because I want to know. I don't know, man. But like, I don't know. And I want to know what this 9-tier attack was, mate. I want to see it.
Me too. Like
9-tier attack. Yeah.
Whatever it is, must have been pretty damn cool.
I cannot fucking wait for you guys to get to 7. Do you have any idea? I've been fucking gnawing my wrist trying to not like
20 days.
Well, that's
man.
what you get.
20
That's
days.
what you get for not waiting for the audio, Will.
Yeah, 20 days, man. We got it. 20 days. You were almost there. We can fill it up with something. Man. We can fill it up with something. Don't worry.
Text, you can probably read 6 and 7 in the same time as it takes us.
Yeah, you gotta get.
I will. I'm putting down. Well, I'm already halfway done through A Crown of Swords, and I don't think that I don't think Nerdporial has started it, so I can put it down.
I'm rereading it, but like reading it, like it's weird. It's weird listening to it because I'm like, this is the most boring thing to listen to, and there's
really. I've been
enjoying
it quite a bit.
Yeah, I have too.
We're on a rough stretch of Path of Daggers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not Crown of Swords. That's different.
No,
okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, Path of Daggers gets a little bit monotonous.
Mm-hmm.
When the part that was rough for me was when he's on the war campaign, and the entire point of that is it's supposed to be miserable, but it wasn't fun to read.
Yeah, I'm just like Egwene.
Might I introduce you to Egwene running her dad's car dealership into the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're talking about a different book.
So I'm trying. So Kiwi's introduced. Mongo
gets his leg up. God bless him.
Becomes a daddy. Well, maybe
We don't know yet.
You want me to spoil that?
No, shut up, William. I'm
I don't.
you.
So Mongo gets to mate, and and then so from there, I'm trying to think.
And then I think she turns the restrictions back off for the dinosaurs, doesn't she? I think. She they can't come in because she's still pissed off.
Yeah.
You assaulted him.
She gets so mad. She kicks the dinosaurs back out.
The Mongo's it's not a walk of shame for Mongo, it's a walk of pride.
It's a walk
back up at the building.
That's the boss walk. And isn't it Louis Louis looks at him and goes, yeah, Mongo.
Yeah.
Mongo. Louis.
Fucking Louis, man. Oh god.
Woo.
Louis wanted to give him a cigarette or something.
Yeah. That's what Carl says, that doesn't he? I think he says you if I had a cigarette, I'd give you one, buddy, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. So where do we end up from there? Is that
from there? I think he runs into Signet, right?
Yeah, he has to do a Signet appearance on her TV show.
Yep.
is this where we get to the? So is that the Beatrice stuff, or is this the other stuff?
I thought the next one was the convention.
Yeah, it has a convention too.
Well, the convention was when he gets. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Sorry. Yeah,
there is a convention that
right because we're talking about the other town.
So they've got town 1. They have to go capture town 2, and they walk into town 2 and immediately know that something is very, very, very wrong based on like the crucified bear or something.
Oh yeah.
The bears, yes, the bears.
Yep.
Yeah, the weird fucking bear cult.
Because Lucia Mar's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And then he gets sucked out to
when
the
he gets
thing, doesn't he?
teleported out, and Donuts left her own devices fighting Lucia Mar.
Shai says we skipped Serena Signet.
Did not skip Serena Signet.
What was the first Signet?
See, I think she happens on the way to the next town.
Yeah, the first time.
Oh yeah, and there's some hunters and stuff.
Yeah, doesn't she say that
Sorry, it's been 2 months, okay? I've read 10 books.
He gets doesn't he get ambushed and she intercedes? I feel like I don't remember. This still like I said, it's been too long. So the lawyer, we talked about Quasar a few times.
Yeah, we talked about Quasar.
Quasar's the best.
Yeah.
Yep. Him killing the hunter.
Which one?
Was that the nipple ring hunter?
I forgot about the nipple ring. He's like, wow, this opens up an entirely new set of equipment that I hadn't thought about. How many things can I pierce? I think that's a question he asks.
As soon as it gets the nipple ring, all of a sudden they start showing up in all the prize boxes. Like, it's just what the AI was waiting for. It's like, all right. It's like, here we go.
Because it was Carl piercing a cat's nipple is what causes a call from I forget what his acronym was, but the Animal Defense League or something like that.
Call, it's just qualifying mock.
Yeah, that's from the tattoo.
I know, that's the tattoo. It's just funny.
Shai, help us out. What is the first Signet scene?
It's like when they meet her and she has like her like animals. He has like the caterpillar thing and the guy with the 3 heads.
Oh yeah, her army's all out, right?
And and they're like, we're gonna attack the water place or whatever they're called.
So they assault. Do they assault that town for the fraud? Is it the one boss that they didn't? It just goes horribly wrong.
Oh, does he do that now with the giant frog thing?
Okay.
That now?
That's later.
That's later. I'm sure.
The hunter attacks their first town, and Signet helps capture the hunter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he has to kill him, doesn't he?
The like trebuchet.
Signet.
Yeah, he gets the trebuchet, right. I've also gone back to my comments that I was sending you guys when I was reading the book, and I forgot my favorite line that's from Carl's lawyer, which is him telling Carl, "You're balls deep into the wrong hole, and Mama's pulling up the driveway." And then the book, the first chapter, before any of the story has happened, opens with the text before the paragraph starts, and it's "Hunters killed 0," and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is going to be good."
Yep. So Shai is right. They kill the dream catapult guys, including the gonorrhea arrows. So they know that. So they get the map showing which hunters have which region and which crawler. And then they also know that there's a hit out on Louis for banging the moms of all of the
making juice box. Oh
yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, that brings up another point, which like Matt is so good at giving you, like, he doesn't delay payoff. You know, like book 3, their media manager gets replaced by the other fish lady who's awful, and you're like, I just want this person to die, and she dies in the next book. You know, like it's and you've mentioned it several times, Steve, where he knows when to kill a villain off, like before they overstay their welcome, and that's part of like the setup and payoff that he does in these books is so freaking satisfying. Mm-hmm. But it's 2 different kinds, right? He gives you that he sets something up and then doesn't wait for you to sit on it. It pays it off before you expect it to be paid off, which is extra satisfying. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you guys have mentioned his writing style is absolutely insane. He just keeps an Excel sheet, you know, when he's writing, that just lists all of their equipment and all of the things that he hasn't used yet, and thinks, oh, maybe this could be, I could pull this up for a Deus Ex Machina, but it's not Deus Ex Machina because it's been set up, and he integrates these payoffs that could have been just throwaway jokes. Like, they could have just been a one-liner that gets turned into a payoff. You're like, that's freaking genius. Like with the the super spreader marked for death gonorrhea stuff, I'm sure that's where it came from. I don't think that there's no way he planned that. Or maybe he did. Maybe he planned it from the second that he got the ring. That was like,
he doesn't.
That was like 4 books ago.
Nah, he pantses everything. He's a proper pantser.
And when it happens, it's specifically not Deus Ex Machina, because the second that happened, I was like, of course. That's the most genius combination of 2 items I've ever seen. It made perfect sense. It was so intelligent. And he does that all the time.
Yeah, we have talked about it quite a bit, but his timing on getting rid of villains or just antagonists is brilliant. Like it's like, I feel like it's always on, like Eva in this like, I was just like, God, I hate, and it's like, I fucking hate this bitch, and then she's like, oh great, she's gone. Okay, fantastic.
It's not everybody. Like, we still got who's the guy with the wings?
Oh,
with the,
Juan CH.
Like, I absolutely love that he hasn't been killed off, because he's annoying, but he's still like, he's the kind of annoying that you want to keep showing up, and for him to just keep tearing more limbs off, you know? Like, I want him to grow extra limbs so that more of that, I want his suffering to be long and painful. And so I'm glad that he's not killed off. Like, he's really good at killing off the right villains and keeping the other ones around.
Still, we are treated with the fact that Carl puts fucking everything in his inventory. It is amazing.
I love that.
That's the best. That is probably the best part of the whole book.
Like, Carl figures it out so fast. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to sort through this shit. My inventory will do it for me. Just yoink in the bag.
Dump,
it's like,
dump.
Just figured that shit out instantly, right? So it's
there's no load limit. Just dump.
Literally everything. You never know when a 7 arms can come in handy.
You know, just plopping the hooker's dead body out on the table in book 2 was just.
You go back to the first panel with escorts. They get attacked by more dream guys. They die and help with these. Yeah. That's when she gets hit with the double gonorrhea arrow. Correct. The mantis chick gets the double vicious gonorrhea.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was later.
That's later.
No, he gives that to her later.
Is it later?
He kills the
daughter.
Yeah.
He kills the daughter.
Oh, yeah. He kills her. Like, yeah.
And then he goes to the convention, and then the convention, he starts calling out Vra, like, oh, we killed your daughter. Like, what are you going to do? Like, fight me, bro.
And he crowdsources too. He crowdsources information.
She's there in person. Like,
yeah.
And he's figured out that they
too. Oh god.
He figures out that they're cheating, that they're watching the feed or whatever, and feeding information back from the outside to the hunters on the inside or whatever. And so he crowdsources information at one of the conventions, right?
I love the convention thing. It's so meta.
Bra and Cersei.
Okay.
Shai, help us out with our mantises.
Okay, Cersei, you have Cersei, and I think that's the one that dies.
Cersei's the mom.
Cersei's the mom.
Cersei's the mom on the outside. Vra's the one that's
which, by the way, excellent reference. Cersei, Greek mythology, the mother of monsters. Like, you know, this is a really smart book.
And I just remember, just to go back to the whole payoff thing, another thing, just a great moment I remembered was back to the whole inventory crap when in book 3, when they changed the rules and the blood. The Katya blood scene, everything just starts pouring out of her inventory, so they get punished for that. Like, what? That was such a good payoff. And it came out of nowhere. Just,
Yeah.
He's just so good at those stupid moments. But let's go back to the book 5.
It's so good. Yeah.
They get to Lucia Mars town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Carl is like, "What the fuck happened here?"
That crucified bear or something.
And so they know basically everything. Something is very, very wrong. So they sprint to the safe room, and just as they're about to go into the safe room, Carl gets teleported away to go to the convention.
Yeah.
And so you don't find out what happens to Donut.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we meet the gnome security guy.
Oh, the ones that getting blitzed on the blitz. Yeah, that's right.
Well, he
Drug him up so he starts talking
he
shit.
immediately learns how to
right.
how to bribe these security guards.
Yeah.
So they let him raid the room before he leaves.
What are the three things they have to do? He has to do the coloring
contest.
Yes, he has to judge the art contest.
And he has to do a signing.
Sign the autographs with the Popov twins.
And then the panel.
The panel.
With Cersei.
So the first one when the art contest, right?
The art contest, right?
Yeah. So in the gnome
rig it,
tells
yes.
him, my granddaughter my granddaughter is in this. So if
she wins the art contest,
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and that's how he gets the automaton table.
The automaton table, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that thing put to good use. Holy shit.
The fucking art contest, though.
It was so funny.
Don't give a fuck about these kids' art.
Yeah.
So good.
And it bothers that one race of aliens so much that he fucking gave the girl the winner and not the super talented art people. And it even messes up the fish lady because she's like, what
is awful.
What did you see in that one? I don't get it.
Oh yeah, and also the training room that lets him get his skills up.
Mm-hmm. But there was the other guy too that was there that kept smoking the whole time. He was a super cool character, and I can't remember who he was.
The guy who designed the Desperado Club.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, okay.
And then
that was a fun conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, can you do me a favor and give this girl a 10? It's like, well, I've been giving all of them ones no matter what, so. You fucking killed me. I was just dying.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? The guy just leans over to the other guy who's passed out and gives the kid a 10 on his score too.
He's passed out. Yeah. So it was a camel, right? That was passed out.
Yeah, the
shape-changing camel,
whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm. That shit was hysterical.
Another line I missed that I put out was in the town with the dinosaurs. He shouts out a game plan. He goes, we do the Yankee Doodle and
oh yeah, they start arguing about it.
And Princess's response is this: Yankee Doodle required Katya, remember?
Yeah.
We put the feather in the cap. Really, Carl?
Really, Carl?
And I'm like, I need to know what the Yankee Doodle was.
It's so funny.
I need to know what that move was.
You should have asked Dinnerman when you saw him.
What is the Yankee
I forgot. I should have asked
I still
him.
want to know what's in Weird Shit Alley. I am so curious about that. There was so many hints. I'm like, they're gonna go to Weird Shit Alley. Never did.
No, that's the kind of thing you don't want to see, man.
I just want to know.
It's better in your imagination.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go because the books that he got signed, they only signed it's to Will, and I'm like, what about Lisa?
You can just sort of pencil that in there.
That was my bad.
Will you?
Yeah.
I was in a.
I do.
I had already gone back to his booth 6 times.
It's okay
Because I had to do it in chunks.
You again.
He should appreciate you going and buying those books rather than wiping out his convention supply.
No. Well, he didn't bring a whole. I only brought a few books, and they were gone within the first 5 minutes of opening up.
I'd imagine. Absolutely.
Mm.
Rightfully so, too.
Yeah.
So, and then but so they send him away after he does the first two things, and he has to come back for the right? That's correct, right?
Yeah, because he does
the panels
does he do
later.
the interview? Yeah, he does the autograph second with the Popov twins.
Yeah.
The Popov
They were cool. I liked them.
Yep.
They just want to know about Donut.
Yeah, that was hysterical.
Massive
survivors, baby. The Popov twins, the survivors. They made it out.
Mm-hmm.
Victory.
I know that was kind of a sad part of it too, because it's like you knew that if one of them went, like they both kind of go, so it was the way they could still be alive together. Like,
yeah,
that was cool.
That kind of shit that keeps you in this book series. I swear, like you're like, damn.
Oh yeah, it was a good moment too, and it set up really well. Paid
I
off.
personally
really well.
like the blowing shit up and cutting heads off and stuff. I'm there for that.
Always, I'm there for that too. I'm there for all of it. I just like it's all one package.
Yep.
So we come back. Donut explains what happened with Lucia Mar.
No. You come back into a fight scene, man. He gets teleported into a trap, which is the whole point of him crowdsourcing at the convention. Because he's like, hey, you're screwed. And he tries to, he's like, I need to get back early. And is it the fish lady who says, maybe take your time because you're in trouble. So
she did tell me.
He gets teleported into
the ambush.
It's like 50 hunters.
Yeah.
There, they've rigged the safe room so that it teleports you out.
Yeah,
Lucia Mar had done that, and so that was in place. And so like he's like double extra screwed. And the best part about it is the theme, the Ballroom Blitz is playing the whole time. Because it's like one of those
I can't wait for the audio tunnel to get there.
I know.
I can't wait either. There's a couple of things. There's another one where it's Kickstart My Heart. Or is that later on? Where it's the same sort of thing.
It was this moment.
I think Kickstart My Heart is on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this moment.
The train also has Fergalicious.
It was book. It was. I was like, the audiobook has been such a great experience. I don't need a TV show. It was book 3. It was book 3 where they do Fergalicious in the fight scene where I was like, okay, I need to see this on screen. And then again with the Ballroom Blitz fight scene, like
Dude.
I can hear it in my head.
Yeah,
but
you
to
can.
to see the fight scene choreographed to Fergalicious and Ballroom Blitz, like
I was literally.
I want to see it. I want to see it real bad.
Well, I'm in my mind, like at the same time as I'm listening to this scene, like the song's going off in my head. Like I'm literally singing it to myself.
Yeah, for sure. I am too.
Yeah, it's so good. That's how perfect. That's how perfect it was.
You got to repeat it a couple times though, because the scene's too long. But
yeah.
It's a great scene.
Yeah, and again, it's just like it's just like Carl, like showing all of his skill and like all of his like ability to think and get ahead.
I forget. I totally forgot how he got out of that jam though.
He went invisible and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Shy, how do you not know Fergalicious? Oh my goodness.
I was going to say,
I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this.
Josh Hunters are basically they're
bounty hunters.
They're people bounty hunters.
They're real people outside of the dungeon who can go to the dungeon to kill crawlers for fun and money.
To kill crawlers for fun and get materials for the next
most of the hunters are actually hired by the factions.
So they're basically outside people or aliens that are not people that are forced to crawl. They're there of their own volition to make money, and
they don't have to do the whole dungeon. They just show up for that floor and then they show
they're
back up on floor 7.
They're part of the game. They're part of the game. They're part of the game essentially. Shy, what do you mean you don't know these songs? You don't know Ballroom
Blitz?
Right?
Or Kickstart My Heart?
Kickstart My Heart. Motley Crue this week. Come on, man. Get around it.
F to the E, R, G the I the E.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Boy.
Can no other lady put it down like me?
Well said.
Yeah, and then there's that other thing with the hunters too, is like you find out, oh, they're people that were sort of hired to work for the faction people. And then they're all like from really bad circumstances too. So they're almost like
I'm just an accountant. It's like I don't care. I've killed.
I don't fucking care. Like,
he kills like 6 accountants in this book.
Yeah.
Man, I've killed a lot of accountants today.
Well, it's like you get the insight on the guy that's there because he's got it's the best way to make money, and his family won't eat food if he doesn't get enough kills. And it's just like, wow, that is nutso, right? So
crazy. It's like you feel bad for them too. It's like, yeah, he has to kill him, like I would too, but still, it's like Dinnerman does a really good job of doing that. Like you can't like hate everybody.
Yeah, I will say when Carl finds out that the dude went to fucking training camp for this, he's like, wait, you went to a camp to learn how to kill people better before coming in to the game to kill people. Yeah. No, you are dying in excruciating fashion.
Oh shit.
I love that he's using the ring now.
Right.
Oh, he's just yeah. Hold on.
I need it. I need more of that.
Power levels are skyrocketing.
He's not gonna.
Tech-Max,
he's got no incentive to stop.
When you hit 90% of the way through book 7, I need you to send me a text.
Okay.
About the ring. Like I don't care what time it is. If it's 3 a.m.
Okay.
we need to talk about this immediately.
Book 7.
About the ring. Ooh.
The ring.
I thought book 7 was off limits.
No, that's what I said when he gets there.
Send him a text.
That's okay. We can. That's okay. Good job, Alex.
So I can't remember the specifics of how he gets out of the jam, but
how does he get out?
He throws the smoke bomb, dives out of the way, like he
took a table with him too from the convention, like an entire table.
He takes the automaton table.
Automaton.
That's what it was, and we haven't seen that even used yet, really.
No, he uses it all the time. The little spider robots.
Yeah,
spider robots
roll up and
he's making all those robots and shit. Yeah.
In the second half of this book, yeah.
Right.
So then he, in the process of basically escaping, he accidentally blows up the squirrel god's temple.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I think this is the fight where
the mantis fight.
The mantis gets gonorrhea.
The daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, doesn't he crash through the roof of that temple?
The temple, yeah.
Oh, the rage potion. That was the catalyst. Yeah. That was the big thing where he used the rage potion on
everybody. He used it on everybody else, not himself. Yeah.
Oh, I loved that in book 4 too, where he uses it on the little baby sharks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
I've got some other quotes that I think come around this part, like in the aftermath, when he finally gets back and starts messaging Donut. The first thing that she says is, "I'm making one of the mushroom guys stand over me because they make good umbrellas."
Mongo, Donut is out of control.
She's the best.
Yeah. Then you see, because they get into the safe room finally, and then on the recap episode, you get to see Donut fighting Lucy.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that she used like the whole spell like offensively.
Yeah, that was
it's definitely something I have absolutely done this playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I was like really waiting for this. So
he did it in the train when he the bone mage or whatever is talking shit to him, and he just reaches through, grabs his head, and the hole closes, and he's like, "What's that, bitch? I didn't hear you." Yeah. So that's another thing of like Donut being like really smart. Like she baited the trap and the dog went for it.
Yep. No, very creative all the time. Like very creative uses of their skills. Like they get the skills, and then I know sometimes they're used in ways I never would have thought of. Right? It's just like
The best part about that scene, though, I'm just remembering, was Carl's like color commentary the whole time. He's like, "Don't, what are you put yourself in way too much danger," and then she's like, "I know, like, I had to, like."
Yeah.
She's like, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
know.
need to
It's
like,
like,
you need to trust me
I
more.
Yeah, I had this, Carl. It's all good, man. I took care of myself. I can do it, right? Yeah. So it's like,
But like having him watch that back and not being able to help and like knowing it was already over, it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how much he cares for her and he wants to protect her, but she's also coming into her own.
But
oh yeah.
But then the best part about this segment is that he gets to talk to Louis again, and he talks about his sex life with Juicebox.
And
he says, I had Juicebox do this Ursula thing once, from The Little Mermaid, and it was great. And then the next line is Samantha chiming in, going, Juicebox is so lucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is about where Samantha is now infatuated with Louis and trying to steal Louis from Juicebox, right?
Yeah. I uncontrolled. I was in public. I was in a Costco shopping with all of my kids, and I laughed so hard I scared everyone around me.
I believe it. I've been there.
But it was like uncontrolled. It was like a gasp of a laugh. It was like, it was the most. It was so funny.
Oh yeah, so good. And then so right after no? You're gonna have to correct me. This is right about where Miriam Dom reaches out. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yes, like after this.
After the recap episode, because the sun is they have like very limited time to get to her because she is stuck.
I think he gets a conversation with Daniel Batista first, and then Miriam Dom, and that's when Daniel tells him he's hooking up with Katya,
right?
And he's like, oh, I thought I was really worried that you'd be jealous.
I like how Daniel Batista's very Carl doesn't realize it, but he's very afraid of Carl.
Yes.
You would be.
Really he's just smart that way, right? I mean, come on, who wouldn't be afraid of Carl? You know,
I mean, we only get it from Carl's perspective, but from everybody else's perspective, this is the crazy dude driving goblin tanks around and
but also from most people's perspective, he's the one literally saving them every floor.
Yeah. He's the number one
in the most terrifying ways possible.
There's two perspectives. There's he's the troublemaker for some. Some of them think he's the troublemaker causing all the fucking problems, and they barely get out of it. And the other ones see him for what he is doing his best to save as many as possible.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Batista. Also, I hate him though because I was really rooting for Katya and Carl.
It's coming.
Really?
It's coming.
Shut up, William.
That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. That's a prediction.
How can it look? I know, but book 7 is about
Carl
faction wars, and freaking Katya has got the crown now. Okay.
That's
so either her or Donut has to die, and my heart is breaking because she was perfect for Carl.
Not necessarily.
No, Signet is perfect for Carl. Carl is going to end up with reincarnated Signet, and that's just all there is to it.
I like Signet. I do.
Look, Louis got it right. If your woman can shapeshift, you like.
Nah, I don't know.
That's what you want, baby.
I don't know. You reckon? But really, I disagree.
Don't be afraid to dream bigger, my friend.
I lack imagination.
You lack imagination.
Right, you're a Mormon, so I understand.
Eldan's like, why would I want her to change to anything other than Serena Signet? That's already perfection.
Like once you've touched perfection, there's no going back.
No.
Well, Signet's not dead. She's just in a bad place.
Yep.
She's always going to live on in my heart, mate. That's for sure.
Yep. So what happens?
So, well, I guess so. We're so we'll just go to
the bitch ass vampire.
Right. Yeah. So from here you go to Miriam Dom, and
Oh,
just
God,
the second most heartbreaking scene of the whole series.
Dude, and it is heartbreaking too.
Dude, this was the third most heartbreaking scene of this book.
There's so many of them in this book. It's
I know, right?
I generally felt bad that the vampire lamb lady with her demon fucking sheep in crazy ass brilliant. It's like, what the fuck? It's a vampire lady with a stone. It's like, and I'm just like, fuck, she's gonna die.
And
That's so sad.
And he doesn't he mark her too as she's dying?
He does.
He does.
That's what it's not Pepper
Carl,
so cold.
It's also
Carl is brutal.
So cold.
And it's also
Carl knows, man.
also and then he steals one of her potions and Pepper and later you find
he
out
brings it up. He's like, I know you took the potion.
Pepper does not miss a fucking thing. He's like,
I love Prepotente so good,
like,
so much.
Well, yeah, no, that's why he did it.
Think you love Prepotente.
Yeah, she was dying anyways. That's why he did it. He didn't.
No, I know. It was still
still
pretty freaking cold.
Way. Yeah, he doesn't see it that way. And then on top of that, he stole one of her potions, and he's like, it's basically like, Carl, you got away with that one, because
Dude, when Prepotente says,
I'll give you
decided
that
that every single person involved with my mother's death
is going to die.
Like, oh,
why did he announce it too?
And you're kind of sitting there like, wait, is Carl on that list? Like, is this
you sort of think so for a little bit, but then you sort of think so at first that Peppertente might actually go after Carl. At least I thought he would, but
the other part that's rough. The other part that's rough about the scene though is you also see how like Carl has gotten special treatment from the AI, which is a good but also bad thing, right? He gets screwed over a lot in book 4 if he doesn't play along with the fetish, right?
Yep.
Oh man, that whole the reveal of the everyone else working against Carl in the quest at the end of book 4 was so good. It made me hate the AI so much. But seeing how badly the AI has screwed over everyone other than Carl too, like specifically making Miriam Dom a vampire on purpose and compounding all of these horrible things to make bad things happen to her because it's good entertainment.
Yeah.
That's just fucked up.
It's brutal.
Yep.
So from there, let's see, because we still got, man, we could be. We have like the whole Masquerade to talk about.
Afterwards, it's like they meet Ferdinand. Oh my God, Ferdinand.
Well, that happens pretty soon, right?
Yeah. So
I think that happens like on their way back. They run into Ferdinand in the woods.
Ferdinand.
They meet Tina.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they see Tina for the first time, and then the AI gets real sick of people hiding out in the safe rooms.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he bans it, doesn't he?
Yep, and says, okay, there's 50 of these mega evil
so good
carnivorous zombie monster plants.
And if you don't kill them, you're screwed.
Yes, the zombie monsters, the fucking plant things, and they can't get to the one, right? The one over by
one of them.
The Hunter Town, they didn't man up and go kill it, and it's just like and the halide just like goes off on all the hunters. Like all you had to do is take out fucking one.
The crawlers killed the rest of them. It was just you.
You had to kill one. You couldn't do that.
Yeah, that announcement was great.
Your side of town.
And then it just eats the fucking whole zone. It's crazy. It's fucking
really
nuts.
funny.
Yeah, Shai has it right. But holy shit, you idiots! Here we go, bitches.
Well, it's also great because you get to see them using their network of raptors too to hunt these down too, and then Prepotente is just like soullessly he's hogging all of the. He's like as he leaves Carl, he says like I'm I see you soon. See you at the Masquerade. I have about 30 levels to gain before then.
Well,
Bye.
doesn't he say he can kill this many? Or doesn't
Yeah,
he say
he's
how
like,
many
Yeah, he does.
I can because he gets
Because
that item. He's like, I can kill at least 20 with this.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
had like 20 charges or something like that. Kill
And
10.
it's just like every 5 seconds. This is so and so is killed by Pepper Tente. It's like fucking Christ, slow down. Because look, Bianca's flying him around.
He's
too.
flying too. Yeah.
Flying around on Bianca.
On the demon.
Meanwhile,
Goat flying around on the demon.
Carl masters his trebuchet, and
cool.
Louis has his
Flying house.
exterminator skill that he uses. So basically, between Prepotente, Carl, and Louis, they kill like 30 of the 50.
Yeah.
And then
I think Juan CH gets a few of them too.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. And then there's 2 left because the fucking hunters won't go out of the safe room.
They're bitches.
But that's you also get the one where the AI just decides I'm done with the hunters that are hiding in the safe room will now be punished. And so when he teleports the one out of the safe room, he teleports it right next to Carl.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's like a cooldown now, right? You can if you stay in it, you have a status bar, and he's like, and that status bar starts retroactively. Sorry, and teleports them all.
That's right.
And Mongo eats half.
If you've been in the safe room the whole time, you're being warped out. Bye. It's like, oh shit. That's brutal.
That was funny. Is this what? And then after this, they end up doing that like the rest of the quest with Signet, right? With the frog or whatever.
Did
that already happen?
They have to.
We might have skipped over that.
Yeah, I think
That's okay. Compared to we have a lot to get through. So.
Oh yeah, there was that whole tower thing that they have to. Yeah. Oh, that was. Good.
Yeah,
that
with the naiads or whatever.
Completely fuck up.
We can just skip right over the Signet plot. Aldan won't care.
We cannot.
Well,
I think the Signet thing happens after the zombie flowers.
I think it does. It happens before the trees. It happens before the trees.
It has to happen before the zombies. The
trees is the last thing. The trees is still happening right at the end when they go into
the trees is like right before the Masquerade because it just starts closing. They all start getting pushed.
Yeah, they all get pushed.
Yeah. Matt Dinneman played a bunch of Fortnite and thought the idea was cool.
Yeah, that's how it reads. Hey, it really.
Yeah, it was.
Does.
It was a battle royale with a circle closing.
The Signet thing was they planned this whole thing to get the. I forgot exactly how it goes down, but they made up this whole plan and then it all went tits up.
Samantha, because he teleports Samantha back, and she's like, "No, I wasn't ready." and he teleports the monster out.
That's right.
And then they have to fight the monster. She's like, "I was about to do the thing."
Does they get a whole bunch of achievements for that shit too?
What?
Yeah.
Because they fucking cheated. They got a bunch of achievements or something.
Yeah, because they
accidentally
launched the frog in the air.
He flips it up in the air and it comes ass down, doesn't it?
Magic underwear.
He launched.
She eats it. Doesn't Samantha eat her way out of it, or is that something else?
I think she does get swallowed.
Carl punches it in the gut, and Samantha rolls out. I think Mongo also eats.
Mongo was correct. He was eating a fair bit of that frog.
So he throws Samantha in with the ball.
Oh yeah, because he gets his little
Wonderwall thing playing. And everybody's commenting how much they love the Wonderwall. And then Carl's like, if we ever want to live here, we're going to have to turn it off. And Donut and Samantha are both like, why would you ever want to turn it off?
Yeah, and then after that, you kind of get the information that, we're getting screwed over with the whole... Oh, we didn't even go... we also skipped over the Bianca talk show. Not Bianca.
Beatrice
on the talk show with what's her name? What's it? Crab lady? Odette. Right. But you also get information from Signet that the quest that they have to finish for her storyline is also going to be involved in the Butcher's Masquerade. So the AI is not going to let them finish that quest and kill the boss before the mask, so they're like screwed.
Yeah, Carl works that out.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah. Oh
yeah. That Beatrice.
Oh my god, that was
Combo. Like, man, Donut keeping it together for like the entire
the
interview
whole thing,
question.
like, damn. She's such
Well,
a
I love
diva
that. I love
bitch.
you
Oh my
kind
God.
of finally get. At least I think we get what Odette's motivations are slightly. But yeah, she like warns him like, "Hey, Beatrice is going to be out there," and
Well,
I just
so
and,
she
and I
does.
just
You find out the next book. She's done him a tremendous solid by getting her, finding her.
yeah.
We'll just say that. I won't,
Yeah.
we won't say anything about book 6, but yeah. So she
Well, she
becomes
no. You find out in
galactic
this book. In
citizen.
this book, she was supposed to be Signet's sister,
Yeah, she
but
was supposed to
it's
be-
because
that
Odette.
too, but-
It's because Odette captured her that.
pulled her out.
Well, that
she
too,
gets,
but there's also level
yeah.
6 implications as well,
Okay.
or level 7. But
Not allowed to. Since we're not allowed to talk about.
Not allowed to talk about it.
I mean, well, whatever. So you know what I mean. So yeah.
Yeah.
So getting Beatrice off the board was actually it felt like when it was being done to Carl like a betrayal, but
Yeah.
she was actually doing him a huge solid.
Yeah, she was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I like
it was
Odette.
pretty.
I like Odette.
I
a
mean,
lot.
it was pretty funny having Ferdinand there.
Fernand was
And-
so funny.
and
His
have-
turban.
That
Isn't
was
he
pretty
wearing
funny.
like? Isn't he wearing a cape or something the whole time? Something
He
like
has
that.
a turban. Oh my
turban,
god, I found
turban.
a really funny AI picture of it. Like, I'll see if I can find it again.
Is this
It
what-
was-
Him,
I think that we
him
that
having
we made-
tunnels carved throughout the whole castle too is pretty hilarious.
Well, we meet Ferdinand in the bush first, right? Like,
Mhm.
not long,
Yes,
not long after
he's
rolling
got,
around with the elves. the
he's
high
being
elves.
carried, in a little like a
like
seat, whatever those
Palanquin.
called.
they call this the
Palanquin,
palanquin.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he tries to kill Mongo immediately.
Yep.
Dude, he's strong as
And
fuck.
the-
dude. Yeah.
And doesn't and Donut jumps in front, right? And
Yes,
it's
he
her like
does.
last chance
Yep.
ability that saves him. Yeah,
Yeah,
saves
and
her.
Carl's like, "What the fuck?" That's when the pet thing happened. Actually, that's when that conversation.
Yes,
happened.
that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. See, we're piecing
Yeah.
the book together retroactively.
We're getting it together, I know.
We're getting it all there.
You can't expect to get all the sequence of events 100% right, guys.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty well.
Yeah, now without just having read it, like it's been a while. Trying to figure out. So I guess we're headed towards the masquerade, right? Are we missing anything big before the masquerade happens?
No,
Not
I don't
really.
think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he,
they kind of
Except
I
that-
think he kills a
except we
few more hunters too on the way.
Yeah.
We do need to remember when he crashed through the roof back in that other fight was when he got when he pissed off that squirrel girl
Oh.
or whatever. So we need to mention that
We-
he's
we
now
need-
like enemy
we
of the
need-
state for that bitch.
We need to talk about Bra.
Oh, the bra.
I did talk about bra.
We
That's
did
what we
not
said.
talk about double enthusiastic gonorrhea.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave it to her on
Double
that.
enthusiastic flaming gonorrhea. There you go.
Well, we sort of talked about it, but we couldn't figure out when it actually happened. So
Yeah, when he
Proceed.
immediately when he gets back
When
Yeah,
he
I
gets back,
from the
when
talk
it's that
show.
fight. Yeah, with that
Yeah.
that fight.
When, she's got all like the heads of the people like attached to her armor, and then Donut enchants them.
Yeah.
So they
that's a
start
good
singing, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
I think she's
Yeah.
biting her too.
Yeah,
one. They start
Yeah,
biting
that-
her.
Yeah, she cast second chance on him.
Yeah, she
remember?
raises them. She raises them from the dead. Yeah, and they start biting her.
Hang
So
on, but that's
good.
not. Was that this fight? Was that at the masquerade when she does that?
That was earlier.
that was
was earlier.
in the earlier fight. 'cause
And that's how she
what-
gets
that's what
infected with the arrow.
distracts her.
Enough to
Okay.
get the arrow.
So then the squirrel god, I think this is where you're going, Eldan. The squirrel god
Yeah.
that they summoned we have to talk about the hero of this book, the one male mantis who defects
Oh,
to
yeah.
Carl's team.
That one guy that was left.
Well, yeah, because she comes. Yeah, she was supposed to come as the squirrel god's like avatar thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
and now she's forced to give birth permanently or
Yeah.
or die.
Well, she has
Well,
to pass
she came
on
in and
the
screwed
gonorrhea.
fraud. She screwed her own daughter to get the gonorrhea, and then started burning. It's like, what is happening? Yeah, she came in as a
Oh yeah,
squirrel
It's
god.
Signet comes in as the avatar and has sex with her daughter,
No, it's Cersei. Her
Not
mother.
Signet. Sorry, Cersei. Sorry.
Wash your
Cersei comes
mouth
in
out.
as the Avatar, bangs her
Wash
own
your-
daughter to pass the gonorrhea onto her, which she can stave off by constantly giving birth and having her children like burned to death as they're birthed from her vagina, from her cloaca. What I don't know what it.
Good word. But yeah, the one male mantis who
That was
goes
funny.
up
Oh god.
to Carl and it's just like
Please hide me.
It's so cute. I love that. It was something. It was like a meme of like making fun of some Canadian politics, but it's like
I totally forgot about the mantis. It's just like, help me, please. Like, I don't want to have gonorrhea.
Well, when they get out of that fight, Carl like immediately doesn't he immediately knows that he needs to go and find that dude, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He sends Bomo.
Yeah.
Bomo like basically
Yeah, he pieces it together as she's flying off. She's like, "Why did she leave so fast?"
Yeah.
Oh, there's only one other person she can screw right now. We killed all the other mantises.
That's funny. What happened to that guy? Did he just eat himself?
So he basically explains that he either dies or either his family gets massacred because he had sex with Vra, and he's not a high enough cast member for that to happen.
Oh yeah.
Or his family gets massacred because he helped Carl. So basically, no matter what happens, his family gets massacred. But he'd rather basically just chill in the safe room than have the double enthusiastic flaming gonorrhea.
And he just awaits oblivion, right? At the floor close, right?
Yeah, and Carl basically says, yes, in exchange for all of the Mantis gear, I will let you hang out in the safe room.
That's right.
Until the level collapses.
Yep.
Yeah, I used the cloaca is the right word. It's
Yeah.
but it's also for reptiles and
Yeah.
bugs, right?
Reptiles and bugs.
Yeah, that's how he gets all the gear for for Juice Box, right?
Yep.
I guess they're mantises. They're insects.
On top of
insects
his own
probably don't
massive
have
collection
cloacas.
of crap that he never throws away.
Right. Yeah.
I'm curious, but I also don't want to Google mantis vagina.
They don't have it. They don't have that.
Probably looks like a chol.
Yeah, you'll get chol vag. Just think of the chols.
Mantis reproductive organs.
Oh my god.
That's what you gotta type in.
Don't ruin your
But so
little innocent Mormon mind.
So double gonorrhea gets solved, sort of, and then all hell breaks loose because of all the mantis babies.
Yeah, they're just crawling everywhere.
Well, so that all starts popping off during the masquerade because they have their plan.
Yeah, it starts like outside when they're all going in the thing.
They have their plan to get all the juice box people into the castle.
Yeah,
they have their plan. Signet says
goes wrong. The one rock automaton is just a boss on the twister.
Yeah.
Then you have the warp guys. The warp automaton guy is just doing his countdown for the warp thing, right? I forgot where they dropped him off, or did they drop him off in the cast? I forget how that worked.
Well, they had the house, right, and it was flying over, and they were doing like an aerial attack, but they weren't able to sort of like anchor it on because they were fighting too much.
Right, but they had the other one that had the warp thing to have that, because you had the one automaton guy on the ship, and then you had the other one that was doing the countdown for the teleport thing to get him to level 9. I forgot exactly how that all worked.
Oh yeah.
They assaulted the castle, and he basically crashes the house into the castle.
Yeah.
Right.
I got it. In case you're curious, it's called a Circus. That's a praying mantis vagina.
Wonderful.
Man,
Cersei.
The FBI agent your internet history is going to be so
the plural version is Cersei.
That's
or Cersei.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
So now you know what Matt Dinneman has been Googling.
Well, I mean, ironically, in Greek mythology, Circe is the mother of monsters. So I'm assuming that's what he was referencing. And it kind of circled back to
think it's more likely it was a grasshopper's poontang.
You think it started with grasshopper pussy and I just lucked into that?
Hey, it makes more sense the other way around.
That's funny.
All right, what do we got going on here? BRB.
Okay, let's talk about the Masquerade. It's so like, what does it start off? It's like Carl starts talking to the like lady that who was the one that hosted it? It was like the goddess lady or something.
He steps up. He has a conversation with Signet first on the way over there, and they have a beautiful moment.
Well, because he sneaks her in. He gets her in through like a loophole.
He's trying it. That's right. He's having that. Like he's reading through his book. What's her face talking about? You know, waking up NPC characters or whatever, and he's trying to work out what the best thing to do is with Signet or whatnot. And so and Zev's trying to stop him hard. He's like, "Fuck off!" And so
I think we need to backtrack. We did not get him getting Tina on his side, nor Donut preparing the Raptors for the dance routine.
Or the pet fashion show and the talent contest. That was funny. The
talent contest is later, man. The talent contest is in the Masquerade.
Yeah, but they have to prepare for it.
They had to practice and stuff, but then she gets.
They do that in the safe room, right?
Yeah. The safe room.
So funny.
So
funny.
Yeah, convincing Tina to be fun.
She uses up all of his like signal things for her performance. He's like, I said you. We needed those, Donut.
And then she gives like Tina a wand too, right? Like that's actually a magical wand.
They recharged the wand she had, I think.
Yeah. They recharge her wand. Yeah. And she loses the contest.
And how does Donut get her charisma up to like 300? Right, that's the thing that happens.
So she got the special tiara from the fan box and something else to get her charisma to charm Ferdinand, right?
Yep, charm Ferdinand and also charm the audience during the performance.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, they get a message from the
they had
the new sponsor and they tell Carl, give this to Donut or there's a whole bunch of the coordinated effort between sponsors,
like sponsor boxes. Then they have to figure.
And they're
it
like they sent him a secret message and it was like she needs to get to 300. Like that's the number that she needs. So cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And Prepotente gives her his sponsor item too.
Yeah. Well, they are trading items at some point. I know they give him something.
At the end of the book, they give him the hammer.
Yeah. The hammer.
That was funny. Oh goodness, yeah. And you know what? Did anyone like get all like emotional when like Donut was singing "All Eyes on Me"?
Absolutely.
I think we were taking a shower when we were listening to it. And I was crying. Like, it was sad.
The opening line of that song is "You're like a root beer float."
Yep.
Or something like that. And I was I had to pause it and replay it so many times. This awful song.
It was so sad. And like she got the lady that had a guitar to play with her too.
Yep.
And they're all doing the waves with their little reptile arms.
The mushroom guy with the guitar.
We also got we get a little bit of backstory from Mordecai from the table, the goodie table, because the guy that it's the game show guy happens to be at the goodie table, so you get a little bit of
that was so good.
Yeah,
and then the prize table. Yeah,
the prize table. So we get a little bit more about Mordecai and that shit. Yeah.
They're like, I only have 3 hands. What the
hell?
Yep. Then we get the talent show, which Donut uses everything in the kitchen sink, and then is that where we figure out? Is it before it's that's when they figure out. When do they change Tina's mom back to uncharm her?
That's after
the fight.
It's during the Masquerade.
In the Masquerade. So is the talent show.
But she stays a T-Rex for the fight, right?
Yeah. Because the song is what inspires Signet so basically they find out that their plan isn't going to work, that whoever attacks first gets sucked down into the nothing.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
And
yeah, so they need to...
their attempts at baiting people to attack them.
That's
fail.
right.
Yeah.
So one of them says, "Well, Lucia Mar's crazy. Like, I'll bet we could get her to pop off."
Lauren's like, "Fuck you, leave Lucia Mar alone."
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have to do this
Carl-
before, but then they have to do this like after they've turned off the whatever. They send Samantha on a
to
secret
Samantha,
mission, right?
yeah, it turns off the safeguard.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Carl basically says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the one that gets sucked down into the nothing."
Mm-hmm.
And then Signet says, "Nah."
Enter Signet.
Yep.
Why do you let Alden take a...
Who turns up like they had a plan before they went in, right?
Yeah.
And Signet just turns up at some point, like when Carl's like just getting his pieces in motion in place for doing what his plan A is or whatever. And then Signet just comes in.
Yeah, and freaking
Like, there's no way this is the only way this is gonna work.
the Queen chicks are supposed to be sisters through right? The story was.
Well,
Beatrice looks kind of like Signet was the explanation. So originally they were supposed to be sisters, but then Odette got Beatrice out, so they went with Florin's girlfriend instead.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, Carl pretty much resigns to death, right? He's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm going to do this.
Hey, take care of that for me.
Yeah, the line is, "You're like a root beer float." That's the first line of the song.
It's still sad.
And as he's about to die, he types in to the all chat, "Don't let Bomo beat my Frogger score."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And then Signet
takes one for the team.
Yep.
Yeah, she eats that. What was it, an acorn or something?
She just slits her throat, I think.
Yeah, I thought she cut her throat. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that breaks the magic, and that's what causes all the acorns to fall.
Yeah, the acorns. Yeah.
She kills herself. It's the worst moment in any book that I've ever read ever.
I know. It's
I don't know.
sad.
It was
Like,
pretty good.
it's like she woke up
moment,
and she
though.
realized like what was going on.
Yeah, that was the other.
The only way to win this game is not to play.
That's the other thing that's a big overlap. Carl is waking
Someone's
up.
been watching War Games,
right?
Yep.
So Carl is busy waking up the NPCs. The NPCs are starting to realize that they're trapped in a prison.
Yeah,
they're basically gaining their sentience back, and they're not NPCs anymore. And that's why Signet decides to do what she does, because she realizes she's trapped.
She's talking to those people, right? Like Princess Donatia and that, and she's talking to those people in the party, and she says to Carl, "These people are the fucking worst, bro."
Yep.
He's like, "Yeah."
Yep. And then, and what about? So we got to talk about it a little bit, but just we get the Lucia Mar tidbit.
Oh yeah, because Florin's been like befriending her.
Well, just the fact that I'm assuming book 7 sheds more light on it, but just we don't know what the fuck is going on between the dogs in Lucia Mar's head. We don't know how many children are in that body.
Yeah.
And we don't know. And apparently she has 2 mentors, and Donut killed the wrong one. And it's like fuck. And Florin it's just interesting because Florin has just completely become protector of Lucia Mar and been like,
yeah. Now you're like, oh dang, what's going on here?
Yeah, do not touch this bitch. Yeah. And his mission, Florin's mission, is now protecting Lucia Mar, whether she likes it or not, which is crazy.
Which you got to be a real hard ass to go to bat for the person that essentially killed your wife, like for the good of the world. Like that's a big ask.
It's tough, but like going from what Florin and his wife were, though, I feel like they would have done that because they were like UN doctors or something.
Florin was a mercenary.
Oh, Florin was a mercenary.
She was a doctor.
Yeah. I like how Carl thought Florin was gay for a while because Florin's girlfriend had a shaved head and looked like a dude.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
And I don't know if that was Dinnerman didn't have it all planned out, and he just like decided at the last minute that Florin's girlfriend was important and needed to become a woman now. But
that was funny. Oh yeah.
Well, but it also makes sense though because she was part of that African group of like warlords, right? And she
Yeah.
was the only survivor. And so, I mean, you'd kind of want to. I think you'd want to shave your head and look like a man if you're in that group.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
So
Signet sacrifices herself, and then all hell breaks loose. Yeah, it's hard to explain the fight, but the fight was fucking
You can't
amazing.
really.
So Samantha goes to Cersei's badge and
Yeah.
jams it up.
So they can't come out. God, that was so funny.
I forgot about that. Yeah. And then the fight is a blur. I could not fight.
it was wonderful, but
it was wonderful. I couldn't explain to you what happened off the top of my head. It was a great fight scene.
The queen, they're
doing I think they do Thunderstruck.
Yeah,
the whole
Thunderstruck
yes,
happens.
they
There's
do.
It's not during the fight scene.
levels.
They do Thunderstruck while they're introducing, while they're doing the boss introduction,
The five ways,
because they have to introduce every single character who's left in this group
Oh,
fight
that's
scene.
when they.
And then it's a different song during the fight scene, but I can't remember what it was.
And the amount of hunters left is just pathetic, and they almost all instantly die.
It's like 29. Yeah.
I think they picked the wrong planet to try and terraform, bro. I think they're figuring out that they might have picked the wrong planet to terraform. It's not going too well for them.
Because the hunters immediately just get fucking annihilated, and it's just
beautiful,
yeah,
so great.
And then after we have the fight, and after the fight, then we have Katya.
Someone else die though?
You lose. Oh God, who do you lose? We lose somebody.
A lot of people.
You lose Louis, bro.
Is it Louis in this one? We lose.
You lose Louis in this one.
Oh, that's what it is. And they.
No, it's not Louis. It's the other one.
Well, the other one.
Yeah, his friend.
It's Louis' friend.
Yeah, Louis is around in the next book. Faraz.
Louis' friend then. Faraz is one then. We lose Faraz. We lose a couple of people.
I feel like we lose somebody else.
Faraz, one of the Asian dudes loses his legs.
Yeah.
And then we lose the brothers, but we actually don't lose the brothers.
We lost the Popovs, but they come back, yeah.
Popovs come back. The Popovs are awesome. I like the Popovs.
Which was totally broadcasted with the Signet tattoo story, which is cool.
What's funny, it's not funny, but it's interesting because the fight ends and they're mourning the Popovs and they're mourning everybody dead. And then they come back to life. And since they're babies, they warp them out of the dungeon. And everybody's just like, dude, we fucking got somebody out. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
right. It just really like the emotion complete. Like they still sad they lost everybody, but like the emotion changes.
It's like we saved one.
It's like we saved somebody. Holy fuck! Like we did it, right? It's like it's worth it. Like fucking one. We got one. We fucking got one. Right? It's like it's just like yeah. It's so good.
But then on top of that, you get Donut turn into Carl and saying, Carl, why doesn't it hurt as much as it should?
Yeah.
It's a great little conversation too. It's a great conversation.
Like, it should be sad, but I don't feel.
And then on top of that, we get
the way that Carl like explained that for Donut too is so good.
Like you can cry when you can mourn when this is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
it'll come.
Go ahead. Sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
No. It was the perfect way to handle that moment.
Yep.
For Carl, man, the way that he explained it for Donut was really good.
And then we get Katya monologuing.
Oh my God, Katya!
Got caught monologuing.
Katya got caught monologuing, and all of a sudden she's got the crown of the what is it? The crown of the.
Well, that's I think that technically happens after the next floor because that's all part of the epilogue. I think you get the other floor first, and then it cuts back to Katya's perspective because she's making love to Daniel and then thinking about what happened when she got caught monologuing. Oh,
you're right. Well, it's
like that other stupid bitch from the Valkyrie chicks, like.
Well, it was so good because you're like, oh wow, like we did good, and then the book, literally the last pages of the book are except Katya's gonna die.
We're happy because Eva's dead, and we don't realize what happened until the end. You're absolutely
it's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal
because he gives you the freaking Prince Rupert. Like you were like, oh, so much. Like some people died, it was sad, but it was such a good ending. Everything's happy, and then on top of that, you get the freaking Prince Rupert's drop, skip an entire floor, and you're like, man, we're on top of the world, except you suck.
And all of Juice Boxes and Ferdinand have all been warped to floor 9 for faction wars.
Oh, right, teleported directly there.
Yep. So they've all been teleported directly to Ferdinand as well.
And Carl has his own faction in the faction wars.
They've got an army, bro. It's an army.
I guess it's Donuts. Faction, right?
Donuts technically.
Carl,
they cut
Carl
proper
off. Princess Posse now.
I love how they cut Carl off when he's monologuing.
That was
funny. He goes to his fucking
cut the mic.
They cut his ass off. It's like, damn, that was good. Right.
That was good.
When they they're like, oh man, this guy cuts a really sick promo. We can't let him do that again. I think the last one was too good.
Yeah.
Too good.
Caused the Civil War.
Has to be good for ratings, but let's be honest.
Yeah. And then you get the Pepper Tente thing, right?
Yeah, we gotta talk about the floor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it floor 6, floor 7?
No, it's floor 7. So they gotta skip 7.
It's floor 7.
Yep.
So I just know, because the same thing happened to me. It was about 2 years ago on YouTube. The algorithm could not get enough of Prince Rupert drops. Like everyone was doing them, at least on shorts. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of this thing, and now it's everywhere. And so that happened to Matt too. And he's like, oh, I'm going to put a Prince Rupert's drop in my book. Because the second he mentions, you're like, what is going on with this level? And the second he mentions it's built like a Prince Rupert's drop, I was like, oh, you genius, you bastard. You're going to shatter the whole level, aren't you? So a Prince Rupert's drop is if you melt glass, you create molten glass and drop it into water.
Oh, okay.
It creates like a spirally raindrop. It's like a raindrop with a really long tail that's like a spiral, and they can't be shattered. Like you can hit it with a hammer, and it's like one of the strongest crystalline structures of all time. But if you just take the tail and just twist it, the whole thing just disintegrates.
Wow,
they're really. I mean, I don't know where you were 2 years ago when YouTube couldn't shut up about Prince Rupert's drops.
I didn't hear that.
That was awesome.
Is this the? Sorry, I just had a flashback moment because I saw Shy in the comments. Is this the one where they get the what is it described as the?
I don't remember the hammer thing.
The hammer of the Loita's screams or something like that.
Yeah, Loita's screams. Yes, yes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Loita's lament or something like that.
Yeah, and they have to give it to Prepotente.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. That was the thing, and then he uses the hammer, and bam, no more stupid level.
So good. She said, "No, I worked so hard on this."
She's so pissed. Next book, sorry, she's so mad.
So
right.
Which, but
I'll let that one go.
Sorry.
It was extra satisfying because like Carl comes out so ahead from this, aside from having to kill Katya in the next book because. Or in book 7.
So not like it ups the ante for book 8. They have to make all kinds of for floor 8. They make all kinds of adjustments to kill more people.
Right.
it's crazy.
It's actually
but the point of it the point is that the only reason they didn't want him to have the Gate of the Feral Gods is because of level 7. And so they gave him a bunch of other stuff because he wasn't going to have it. And now he gets both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
not yet. They skip level 7.
He doesn't get it till 9, so he's got to go through floor 8. But still, yeah,
right.
But which is too bad. He could have used that the Feral Gods and You can see why they didn't want him to have it on.
You can totally see why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's so funny because now I mean they're gonna hate him even more because they had to give him all these concessions just for that one level that
I think Oren actually has quite a bit. I feel like Warren respects Carl, but he's
not Oren, but the Bourne Corporation, like they're already pissed at him, right? Like they're
Bourne's gonna have some issues.
They're making money, bro.
Right? They're making money hand over fist right now.
They're making bank on Carl. Carl is the best thing that's ever happened to people.
Isn't that what they said? That Oren was like, yeah, I wanted to vote to vaporize you, but Bourne said I was a fucking retard. Do you have any idea how much money this dude is making?
Yeah, Bourne's making so much money off Carl and Donut. It's just like protecting them right now. So it's nuts. It's great. So good. Yeah, I don't know. This is such a good book, man. So good.
We need to review it. We're gonna listen to that on the way home. Okay.
Yeah. So book 7 is floor 8, and then sorry, book 6 is 8, and then 7 is floor 9. Because I've read the blurb. Book 7 is the Faction Wars.
Alan, you're gonna love book fucking 6. Just remember Raoul.
Yeah.
Raoul the crab.
But
Alpha Carl.
Alpha Carl, Raoul the crab.
Jesus.
It also implies that that Katya, either Katya or Donut, have to die in book 7, and Alex has said nothing, and he hasn't even been smug about it. So
stay tuned.
You just have to read it, bro.
I'm trying not to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
You're doing a great job today, bro.
Dude, when have they ever followed the rules?
There's no rules. The rules don't really count.
The rules are meant to be broken. They can find a way around anything. So yeah. Brilliant, probably the best of the series, and that's not saying.
It's
book 6 is book 6 is dynamite too. Bedlam Bride is outstanding, but
it is pretty good. This one's the best book, but in my opinion,
it's the best
by far. Yeah,
and that's not
the rest are awesome.
Yeah, it's not being negative towards the other ones either, right?
Look, you could just take the first, just the first fifth of this book is the best book.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Also the rest, but also the rest of this book is the best book.
Yeah, the start.
It's so good.
Just the first sequence of events, man.
Yeah. Josh, apparently he's contracted for 10.
I think he was pretty heavily implying he's going to go past 10.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't see any reason. He seems like he's having fun with it, and he's cranking them out. So I don't see him stopping.
Dude's also printing money with these.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, and he's just. I feel like he's just gaining momentum now.
Exactly. Yeah, with the TV show. Yeah. And I mean,
he was on Sanderson's thing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
On his what thing?
On one of his podcasts.
Oh goodness.
I can't even watch those anymore.
I can't. I don't watch.
I've heard normies talking about. Hey, have you heard about this book? It's really good.
Yeah.
And he's getting his growth is exponential right now.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, he's on the main new release shelf. It Barnes and Nobles when I was in there. Anarchist.
It's the manliest book that Barnes and Noble has.
Yep.
Seriously,
literally,
possibly the only one. Yeah.
Yep.
So
it is grim in that store right now. We were there the other day. And,
I saw your image of Miss Bourne being on the romanticy thing. It's like,
I mean, technically, there's a teeny bit of romance in it.
Not that book. This isn't like it isn't like Wind and Truth. I can see Wind and Truth being in there, kind of.
That's not romanticy. Have you read Romanticy?
I have. Well, I haven't read the book, but I remember AM3. That's all I have to say. I know where it comes from. It's filth.
Dude, what the fuck?
I read Sarah J. Maas, so I'm fully.
Am I about to get snowed out?
Yeah. What does it say? What? How bad is Sarah J. Maas? Like,
it's way better than Wind and Truth, mate.
Is that the Court of Roses and Thorns that everyone talks about?
I read the first series, which was the Throne of Glass one, which was actually I still don't hate. I don't hate. There's some good books in there, but yeah.
It just evolved into like throbbing members and dragons.
Oh, yeah, it does. But there's no dragons in Throne of Glass.
Gay.
Yeah,
Steve,
she's,
as much as I might express sympathy for a little bit of snow, it was negative 11 degrees, not
When
even
we
wind
woke
chill
up.
when we woke up this
Yeah.
negative
morning.
11. How
Yeah,
do you see that?
it was
Fahrenheit, Eldan.
Fahrenheit.
it was
Oh,
10, so it wasn't negative 11, but I was outside freaking working, so
Kelvin.
Ugh.
That's brutal.
But yeah, so it was 10 degrees, but yeah, apparently school just got canceled, so I guess it's gonna snow tomorrow or tonight. So oh well.
How much
So-
snow do you guys realistically get?
It
Well, the
doesn't
problem
matter
is
if it
they don't
snows.
have-
If it snows at all, the infrastructure isn't here to take care of it right
Yeah,
away.
you guys don't have plows and stuff.
And so we have them, but we just don't have enough. And then on top of that, like the bus drivers suck, so they'll just like drive off the road because they're terrible.
Yeah.
So
I'm
They just
imagining
go-
like
Yeah,
some road
In
rage.
Utah, the snow doesn't stop a thing, man.
I know, right?
well, and they don't.
In
Like, they
Brisbane,
don't
there's no such thing as snow.
yeah, they don't have the
Yeah,
resources.
that's nice. I miss
allocated
those days,
for
Aldan.
it.
I miss so.
No.
Yeah, California Zone 9B growing season all around, all year
Yeah.
round.
Plus,
You
they
guys
have
put
they have
sand on
school
the
days.
roof?
They have school days allocated for snow. So, and if they're not used, they're just like wasted. So,
Take
just
them off at the end of the year.
might as well use it and be safe. So, whatever. So, yeah. So there you go. Book 5. Long overdue. Sorry it took so long. Now you can
It's all good.
get into book 6.
I was
Yeah.
productive. Okay. There.
Yeah,
Look.
Baby, like, don't you have shit to do?
There's absolutely no way I ever would have finished Wind and Truth if we'd done
No.
this sooner. So
Never. That was still the hardest part of our reading the preview chapters. Was I was in the middle of reading Carl and I just didn't want to do it. But
yeah.
it's wild. It's wild. I still can't believe that. Oh, hey.
What's going
Yeah.
on?
Oh my gosh, she's been invaded.
Oh, no, baby.
Hey!
I saw a tail.
What's going on?
I got your
Carl
Yeah.
fan.
And another one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
I see
Hi.
myself.
Okay.
I
you
see
guys are
myself.
dirty.
Yeah.
How did you guys get
Yeah, I
in
know
here?
you're excited. Yeah.
Teleportation spells, you guys. You can't
You
leave those traps open, dude.
I found it such an interesting contrast how in this book there was the bit at the end where they were warned about the province boss because when everybody kills a province boss, the party immediately self-destructs fighting over the loot.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I mean, something kind of similar happened with Wind and Truth, where Odium won. Odium got the power, and apparently all the gods are now going to rip each other apart because one got a little bit more power than the other.
No, I think they're going to rip him apart. That was what that was supposed to imply.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's going to be a big fight because one got one up on everybody else.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure Shalon will save the day, babe.
Which one?
Yeah, which
Which Shalon?
Which
I don't
Shalon?
know. Is there a new member of the system? I just don't know anymore.
I have no plans to read Stormlight 6. I don't
I'm not
care.
reading it. I can't.
No,
I'm not
dog,
reading
I'm out. Goodbye.
it. Yeah, but you didn't really like it anyway, so it doesn't. But like,
Yeah,
I'm definitely.
I still
I'm-
say I have
yeah.
those chapters that you read for me, and I still say the Aldan audiobook is the best.
better than Michael Kramer.
Yeah, definitely.
There's something to be said for the Australian accent. I don't know what it is. I'm struggling with the British accent audiobook readers.
Yeah, I do too, man. To be honest, but the Sun Eater one's starting to grow on me now. I think we talked about this, Alex, actually, but yeah, it's starting to grow on me now. But I really struggled at first with that.
I gotcha.
Who was that thought was doing that stupid Red Rising one?
Oh,
The Irish guy.
I read that book. I didn't audio that one. I read it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Kinda-
really enjoyed those books. It was like I'm trying to think. It's like
The Hunger Games for guys.
Yeah, it's
Hunger
like
Games in space.
it's like if Hunger Games and Ender's Game had a
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
Call it the End Hunger Games.
yeah, it is kind of like
Hunger
that.
Games.
It's like it's like if you mixed Hunger Games and Harry Potter, and
Mhm.
yeah, and Ender's Game a bit, and it's in space. It's pretty cool. It's a wicked book.
Techmax is just absolutely kid-mogging on all of us right now.
I know, right? Like, that's not fair.
Okay, look, my son literally just told me I was listening to the whole story, and I don't understand. What was so funny about the mantis's penis? He just said that to me.
Didn't have one, little man.
Ask me in like 5 years.
No mating. Yeah, great.
No mating.
Literally every time Sanderson makes a joke, my face goes straight. It's like I'm watching Schindler's List. Like, the man is the least funny person on planet Earth.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Well, humor's subjective. Sometimes it's not too bad. Some of his wit stuff used to be good. It's not now.
Yeah, Wit started off okay. I couldn't stand him in this book.
I couldn't stand him in this book either.
We didn't do anything.
Didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I really can't believe Wit just sat around in the tower jerking his dick, pretending to be Dalinar.
After spending how long, Alex, right? After spending since the fucking Requiem, since before humans even came to Roshar, being involved in this plot line, and then just like sat out.
With a fucking Dawn Shard.
That's what I mean.
The best Wit stuff is in the first book when he's just he's laying into the king like ruthlessly.
He's got a Dawn Shard the whole book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, babe, I think this is getting close to your bedtime.
Yeah.
We need to take a nap.
No, it's time to end anyway. So
he has a really, really early morning phone call thing that he has to be on. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, okay, baby.
Well, I got to be
like for a couple hours
and to drive in the snow, so that's gonna be fun. So, but yeah, so we'll have to get another Winded Truth stream out there because obviously still more to be said, and Alan needs to say his piece. So, so we'll I don't know where we're gonna do book 6 for this, but we'll figure it out. And
now the text can read it probably tomorrow. Yeah,
right. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. We had like 12, 13 people here at one point, so awesome.
It's awesome. Thank you guys for coming out and having us on.
Yeah, so thank you all for being here, and read Carl because it's the best book out right now.
The best thing written since Wheel of Time.
Yes, sir. Agreed. So thanks everybody, and
it'll probably be better if we want to try and get Matt on the show. We probably all want to have read book 7, right?
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
I imagine the best book is selling it to him as a
look. I have no doubt.
Plug your book kind of thing.
Well, what? How long's the book? I have no doubt that I'll be done under like probably
2 days.
A few days.
Yeah, for sure.
2 days.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I have to read it. Okay, that's cool.
I'll as soon as it comes out on the 11th, it'll be in my ear, just turbo reading it. So.
Yeah, you got this.
So all right. Well, stay tuned for more Carl, and thank you. We'll see you soon for whatever else. You got anything going on, Alan? Did you want to advertise? I'm supposed to do that.
No, just this. Looking forward to talking Wind and Truth and Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I desperately need to get some of my videos done that I've been putting off because I've been so depressed because I had to read Wind and Truth, and it literally sent me into a depressive spiral, and I've been coping by procrastinating my work and just playing video games because it wrecked my whole life.
I understand that.
It literally did. Like I can't get work done.
I agree. It was crushing. Very crushing. So, all right. You guys got anything going on? Willix and Lady B? Anything on the way?
We've just been recording rewatches, but Pips needs to actually load them up and edit them. I mean, we're already on what were we at, episode 3?
Yeah, we're on episode 3. Basically, both Pips and I have lots of editing to do, so we have we're gonna hold each other accountable starting next week.
Nice. All right, cool. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll see y'all soon for something. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.